Was it?
anything.
Are your nose rings on opposite sides?
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Did you guys do that on purpose?
Yeah, so if we kiss, we can get stuck.
What was were ours on the same side?
You're saying
I think so, yeah.
Mine was on this side. Yours was on that side.
Right.
So if we kissed, our noses could get
Yeah,
stuck.
because you said you didn't want my hideous mole to distract people from the nose ring, so I had to
I didn't
put it
want
on
you
my
to
ring, so-
cover your
You have a mole?
his beauty mark. It's a beauty mark. Look how pretty it is.
Is that the thing here?
Yeah.
I didn't even...
It's a booger.
It's because of the beard; it blends in.
Yeah. I
It's
have
like a Navy
mole.
seal.
I have a mole in my mustache. I think it's like on this side, but
Ooh, like a Marilyn Monroe one, huh?
kind of. And it's like it's kind of light, but the mustache hides it, so
Yeah.
I don't have to be self-conscious.
So this
anymore.
is the second time that Clifton's been on.
Yeah.
Your appearance kind of got hijacked by the
It sure
12
did.
other comics that were
It
there.
it was
was wild.
It was crazy.
I'm
We're not gonna do that
Clifton's
again.
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah, to 12 other people.
For people who didn't hear that episode, because there was no video, which
And it was-
some idiot fucked the video.
Who did?
It was me.
Oh.
Oh.
Remember the GoPro kept dying?
Hey, when we started this, did the intro song play?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, you can't get that all set up yet.
I just don't. It's complicated.
Oh.
Yeah,
We have other
It's
things.
very Avril Lavigne.
Here,
Yeah.
give me that jack.
The jack?
No, it's fine.
The whole,
No.
Here's the
don't-
jack.
No, I'm gonna do something else. You keep. So I was gonna say.
Let's talk about. We didn't get to finish our other things. What did we do for Black Friday? Oh,
Yeah. What did you do for Black Friday?
I had the worst day ever.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
it could have been worse. Well, I'm being dramatic. We wanted to get new phone upgrades, and I was waiting for Target to have a good deal on gift cards. So, $200 gift cards upgrade. Chris's phone jack wouldn't work anymore. It was shitting out. My volume on my phone, I could only talk to people with it on speaker. I was that annoying person walking around with it on speaker, like, yeah, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid.
Mhm.
Anyway, so get there. Then Verizon went down as they're trying to upgrade our phones.
Yeah, I was like.
Which, I mean, that wasn't very loud.
No, it's good.
Sorry.
I'm ready for it.
Where did that come from? Who said it?
I hope you put his face up on the video when he does that.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
post production.
Anyway, so then finally they got it to go. Chris's phone gets upgraded, no issues. The guy put a faulty SIM card into mine, so he upgrades it without the right SIM card, so it doesn't work. And so he's like on hold with Verizon. It's like 30 minutes. We're like, and he had a ton of people waiting, and I felt bad. So Chris like, we'll try and figure this out from home. So I started doing the chat on Chris's Verizon on his phone, and I'm trying to make the lady explain, like, this isn't the phone I need help with. The phone number is blah, blah, blah. The PIN, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, no problem. Couldn't figure it out. She's like trying to send me emails to one of Chris's old emails. I'm like, no, never mind. So I went on the computer to try to figure out. Wouldn't work either. This person couldn't figure it out. They had to try and link me to some tech person. 2 hours later, I'm like,
Yeah, we were on hold, and that hold music was like.
it's so quiet. Oh,
Was that the hold me? That would be kinda
no,
tight.
it wasn't, but.
Do you ever have hold music that like rules?
Yeah.
Like on hold
Yeah.
and you're just
You're like, and you're kind of hoping they
Yeah.
don't pick up because you're like, man, I'm really getting
Yeah.
into this.
Yeah, like I can't wait for the bridge.
yeah, man. That
It's
gets
about to go
so...
crazy.
Yell at him to put me back on hold.
I don't want to talk to you.
So I end up having to. So I'm like, I got other Black Friday shopping to do. Go to the other place I want to go. All the stuff I wanted was sold out, gone. I'm like, well, this is fun. So then I had to go to Verizon, wait an hour, which I get. There's a shit ton of people there.
Yeah.
Took the girl like 2 seconds to fix my phone. She just put a completely new SIM card in. I'm like, okay, well, it works.
Yeah.
That was it.
I got a new
For a
phone.
$200 gift card. All of that. Not worth it.
Yeah, I got a phone. Well, because my charger like shit out on me, so Asurion sent me a new phone, and they like gave me a new SIM card to put in it, I guess, which was weird. Because then on the thing, they didn't give me like clear instructions. They were like, oh, you can either keep the old one in or put the new one in, and so it's like, well, what do I do? What?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And so I just put the new one in. I didn't know if it was gonna like change my phone number or not.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It did.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
It didn't change your phone number. Though.
You
Yeah,
guys
no.
like that story?
Yeah,
That's
that's
a good story.
it's all true actually, like the Titanic.
Now, I'm gonna cut all that out.
What?
What?
Sorry,
You're
I'm just kidding.
cut
I'm
my
kidding.
whole
I'm
story out?
kidding. Jesus.
That's a good story. That was Friday.
I swore.
What are we doing?
You know what?
Friday?
And it was funny because I had left the house without a working phone, and I'm like, people used to travel all the time without working phones, and you just hope they get to where they go and come home.
Couldn't be me.
when she said that out loud, she's like, the phone thing that she just said. I was like, yeah, but people used to die all the time, like in ditches and. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we've lowered the death rate.
It used to be like way easier for a serial killer.
Yeah, now it's I got to find my phone.
Yeah.
Sending my location to somebody. I do that a lot, like unnecessarily.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Because you might get murdered at any point. You want people to know where you are.
well,
no, it's because he's trying to fuck.
No.
I have a
Who want
friend.
me? I'm right here.
I have a friend who will be like, "Where are you?" Because on your Snap map it says you're at home, but I had not opened my Snapchat since I was at home. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to play video games?" On Snap Maps it says that you are at home, and I send him my location, and I'm like at Cub because that's like the predictive text. It just says, "Oh, you can send your location because they asked where are you." And so I just do it, and then it's like, man,
That's funny.
yeah,
That is really funny. I have my little Snap person on ghost mode. I just like to know where everyone else is, but I don't want people to know where I am.
I would just take a screenshot of me at a college, and then whenever someone texted me and I didn't want to reply and be able to do what they want, I'd just be like, "Sorry, I'm at college right now." It's it's 2 a.m. Why are you at the campus?
It's a holiday break. It's
Yeah.
summertime. No one's on campus.
Today is Christmas, jackass. Go hang out with your family.
the grind never stops.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in English right now. Can't respond to this crisis you're going through.
My thirst for knowledge is unquenchable.
Yeah. I'm teaching myself.
So we had to sit there at Target, right? Like Kim was saying. And the kids would wander off, Kim would wander off, and the dude was trying to make small talk. I was like, "So are you from town here?" And he was like, "No, I'm in Elk River. I was going to school for psychology, but I was like, got to run that trap house for sure."
Yeah.
And he giggled, and then Kim comes back. Kim leaves again, and he's like, "You guys got any other plans for the day?" And Landon's sitting right next to me, and I go, "Just a ton of blow, getting a little sleepy."
Oops, sorry. Wow, that was bad.
Almost as bad as the story I just told.
I mean,
Now let's get to
our guests.
Our guests met you, and I
Met me
you
too. Yeah.
also.
At
So
Keller?
yeah, at Keller. So met you at Keller, and when you started bringing him around, terrifying,
Sexual tension.
so scary looking.
There was a lot.
You looked like one of those drugged out people that we have to throw out because you wore those huge shirts. I mean, you still do, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
So huge shirts, backpack, and then
Just in case you have an allergic reaction, you swell up. Like, why do you wear such big shirts?
It's my
that's a great story. So anyway, so I would see him
He's gonna finish it.
at Keller, and he looked. You looked sketchy.
Yeah.
And every time I would hear you speak, I didn't know that you were preparing an art piece for people, just in your everyday life. And it's funny. The first time I heard your normal cadence, I was like, "Oh, you're a performer." So the first time you go on stage, all of us are like, "Man, Clifton let his LSD tripped friend go on stage, but then you found your rhythm," and we were like, "Oh, he knew what he was pretending the whole time."
yeah.
He knew what was happening. He's probably going to college.
I was like, it was kind of like Bruno. Like, you think, if you met Bruno, you would be like, who the fuck is this guy?
This guy has
But
a
Bruno-
huge penis.
He's actually Sacha Baron Cohen, and he knows the whole time that he's not Bruno.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
It's like any Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, you could have said any of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, okay, hear me out. I'm like Borat.
Yeah.
Yeah, your wife.
Okay, wait. I'm like the dictator.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's all I know.
Ollie G.
Ollie G.
Ollie G rules.
FUBU. I am looking for a good FUBU jacket. I'll be honest. If I can find one, I want it.
So then, so we finally realize that you're a real human being,
Mm-hmm.
and I get to start hearing you speak, and it's so cool to see you go. We're talking about open mic comedy, by the way. We're all open micers here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That should be clear.
And
not me though.
Well, you could.
yeah, you could do it.
You're like opening up on a microphone right now.
Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh.
So.
ASMR.
I hate ASMR.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Right
that just
now.
gave me chills.
My beard is scratching your butthole.
Gross. You stop that.
God, please only put it in my right ear.
One ear. One hole to the next hole. I go with my beard.
Back to back.
Front to back.
Inside
back
to side. It's a UGK song.
Oh, I'm sweating now. Schwitzing, as they say.
Sorry, I feel like I'm derailing everything.
No, that's okay.
No, Chris does that. on
So
his own.
let's go back to the beginning. You have a musical background, a love for music. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that what got you comfortable behind a microphone?
Not necessarily. So I guess just to preface everything, I think humor is what got me comfortable behind a microphone. But music was like more of me kind of like becoming more in tune with the things I liked, I guess. I was gonna go to school to be an engineer. Like in high school, that was my like big plan. All my friends were doing it, and then finding music was like me being like, oh, I actually like don't give a shit about being like an engineer. Yeah. So I guess the music, I guess it made me more comfortable with myself, I guess would be like fair to say. But like
I see.
comedy, like kind of unknown to me at the time, was like helping me, because I used to not be able to get up in front of a crowd. I used to like fail every speech in school because I just like I could do all the research and do everything really well and get good grades on that, but then like I would get up in front of the class, I would like stutter over my first couple sentences, and I would just go sit down.
Is that why you kind of? And this is a theory. Why you're when you're on stage, it's more character. Like you're portraying a character. Like this is a comedian Cave or Kaven.
Yeah, like I think I guess I haven't.
Does that make sense? Like what I'm saying, like because your real name is Christopher.
Yeah.
What?
My real name is Christopher Duke II.
Yeah.
No.
Mind blown.
But like having that persona to go on stage, so you can still kind of hide behind, like you're not having to present yourself.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I haven't like thought about why I do the character, but that does make. You guys are gonna get me to open up.
Have you listened to our show before?
We got some
Yeah.
Kleenexes.
It's mental health and comedy.
I love that.
We get deep, bro.
I think it was I do like not having to be taken seriously, so I guess like the characters are a good way for me to kind of like put that between myself and the audience, and makes it like easier.
Yeah. You're like Jeff Dunham.
Yeah. Well, I grew up
both in your
looking
racism and in your comedy.
I looked up to Jeff a lot. And I still look up to Jeff a lot because he's taller than me. No.
Okay, that sounds like a thing Peanut would say, and then he'd just like, shoo.
Yeah.
You guys ever watched Jeff?
No, I mean I've seen it, but it makes me very upset.
I don't
like him.
Now, as an adult, I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
As a kid, though, I was like, this is hilarious.
My friend like put me onto Jeff Dunham so hard. I remember he like got an iPod Touch before me, and he'd be like, "Bro, I'm about to like put you on," and he would like show me like Jizz in My Pants by the Lonely Island, and be like, "Dude, you gotta watch Jeff Dunham. He has this jalapeno on a stick, dude. It's so funny." Dude. And I'll be honest, we both laughed.
Dude, the jalapeno on a stick ruled. Like, not really, but
because like he would say things and you'd be like, yeah, that's not funny. A normal person would do that, and he's like, but I'm doing it on a stick, and it's like, that's funny.
Yeah, like when they went skiing. I remember that like too much. But it was like Ahmed, the dead terrorist, and Jose, the jalapeno, went skiing.
Do you think?
And
sorry,
Ahmed broke his leg and used the jalapeno on a stick as like a makeshift splint. I don't know why that's stuck in my head for so long, but I think that's really funny now.
Kim, thoughts on Jeff Dunham?
I have something I want to
Is
say.
he the Muppet guy?
Yeah, the hand puppet guy.
He's a puppet guy.
Okay, pretty controversial take here. Does Jeff Dunham reach near the success he got if 9/11 never happened because of Ahmed the terrorist?
Right, I don't think so.
I don't think
that's
so,
a valid point.
I think he should have been the person to play the inauguration.
Dude, I think Dunham celebrates 9/11. You know?
Well, I think
you know what I
it's
mean.
a
Like
jumping
it comes
point
around for him, and like his kids. You know, his kids and his grandkids come over to the house, and they're like, "We are thankful for this day.
It's like their Thanksgiving.
Shall
or
we
their
never
Super Bowl.
forget?" Yeah.
They
all have to have a fucking puppet at the dinner table with Grandpa Dunham.
They're
Grandpa Jeff.
like praying that we never completely pull out of the Middle East.
They like loved Obama.
Yeah.
Fossil fuels are so important, Father.
Yeah, man.
Also,
Hell yeah.
so is retaining control of the Middle East.
All right, now, so how did you guys grow up together? How do you know each other?
No, we met on accident, I think.
Yeah. Why don't you should tell
I
it.
love those stories.
Well, so it was my first year of college. I didn't like know a lot of people. I was like on Tinder and stuff like that. And
Gesundheit.
thank you. I accidentally super liked this girl on Tinder who was in a sorority and I was in a fraternity. And I don't know. It was just like this weird thing where like we ended up becoming friends. But she was a mutual friend of Kave and I. Well, of Kave.
Yeah. I had known this girl like a little bit in high school. She was like friends with some of my good friends. And then once she like went to school, a friend of mine started kind of seeing her. So we became friends that way. And then when her and my friend stopped like hanging out, I still like continued to hang out with her and stuff as a friend.
Yeah.
Ah.
And I just like I had a mutual friend of that person, and then I met that person and we became friends through just kind of like Greek life and stuff. And then I think she followed me on Twitter.
Yep.
And like thought I was like funny and thought that you and I would get along well, and then she introduced us just like after the bars or whatever.
Well, I think initially it was on Twitter. She like sent a tweet that said, she tweeted me and was like, I think you and was it like Board was the
it was
username at
Board
the time,
for a while,
would like get along or something like that, or you guys are both really funny. And then we tweeted each other. I don't think we had met in person yet.
No,
because then we because you were doing music a little bit, and then our first time DMing, you like sent me a song that you'd like just posted.
Yeah,
Smoking Dick.
yeah.
A song that you made?
Yeah. I was I had just gotten into like making like using the software Ableton.
Oh yeah.
And I had made like this I thought it was like this cool like electronic like song, and it was like okay. But I sent it to Kave because he I knew he made like electronic music and stuff like that. And
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And now you are bosom buddies.
Yeah.
And
I think through music mostly we became friends.
Yeah, that was like the initial thing, I guess, and just like both being on Twitter a lot because we were both also doing that.
Yeah.
And
then we started doing like Instagram lives on Fridays.
Oh my god! Yeah.
It was that's like when we became like good friends.
how long have you guys known each other then?
Like 3-ish, almost 4-ish years now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Because it was like what it would have been 2017 at the earliest. Yeah.
So 2 to 3 years now.
Word.
Yeah. The Instagram lives were crazy. That was That was 2 summers ago. Or last summer.
It was not this summer that just happened.
But it was
the summer before.
What would you guys do on these Instagram lives?
We would talk like it was a podcast.
Yeah, essentially. Well,
to each other.
Yeah. Well, we were like so far.
Was it
apart.
when you could join in someone else's Instagram live? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
you can be asked to join into an Instagram live.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, and like I was living in Los Angeles when we were doing the lives, which is like funny that's when we became like good friends, was after I left.
Yeah.
Because like we had like hung out probably a couple times.
Yeah, I came over to your apartment like once or twice.
Yeah, we did that. And then I moved to LA, and then we were like, oh, we should do these Instagram lives and just talk about whatever, we can dick around. And it was like something fun for me to do because I didn't have much to do out there. So I would just go like walk around and be on Instagram live.
Nice. What brought you? Why'd you go out to LA?
Just to go do music, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was just like sick of like I've always wanted to live in LA. So I just like, after my lease was up in St. Cloud, where I was living at the time, I had $2,000. I loaded my car up and I just drove out there.
Which you made a week with $2,000 in LA?
Yeah, like I had a friend. Well, I think they still live in Ventura, California, but I messaged them and asked if I could like have a place to crash for a week while I got a job and like a place to stay lined up. And they were like, yeah, sure. So I stayed there for like, I think 6 days. And I got a job working for the 99-cent store warehouse overnight. And I found an air mattress in some guy's living room to stay on from Craigslist in right outside of Hollywood. So I moved down there, was working overnights, and then I couldn't sleep like a lot of the time, so I would just go walk around. And so we'd do those lives when I was just like...
Were you delirious? Not sleeping? And
to some extent, yeah. There were like sometimes I would be awake for like 40 hours. Like I would like go to work, come home, not sleep, go back to work. Like I had probably one of like the scariest experiences of my entire life, like from sleep deprivation out there.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, now you gotta tell it.
Yeah.
Tell the story.
I don't know if you guys have ever like hallucinated from being like up too late. You like see
dude.
Sometimes you'll see like the shadows and stuff like that. Yeah. So like, okay, so to explain my job just like briefly, I worked at like the loading dock in this giant warehouse, loading truck trailers with pallets of stuff for the 99-cent store. And we'd have like these clipboards, and I'd have to like write down the number of like the pallet and like some other like little information that's like on a sticker on it. And so I remember like it was definitely like around 40 hours with like out sleep. And I was in at work, and I was just like, I was so tired where like even if I was like walking and moving around, I would still like my eyes would be like closing.
Wow.
And I would be like dizzy and like tripping over myself. And like I'm loading this truck up. I'm driving like this like big pallet jack thing around. I should not like be running equipment.
Yeah.
Because I'm like falling asleep. So I'm loading this trailer up with these pallets, and I'm like, I get the first like 2 or 3 in and write the stuff down, and then I'm in there and it's like pitch black. There aren't any lights, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like falling asleep. And I like in the truck trailer hallucinated like an entire like front room like hotel desk, as like crazy as it is, with like a person standing behind it.
Wow.
Kind of like in The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Mosby's desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy at the desk was like saying things to me, and I was like writing them like on the paper, like the words he was saying.
Gosh.
When I like, and this didn't go on for super long, but when I snapped out of it, I had like 4 or 5 like words written, not like on the lines, just like fucked up my whole sheet of paper. And it's just like the pen was like just dragging, scribbling. And I was like, what the hell? So I was like, I'm going to go take a break. And so I got like some hot Cheetos and a Pepsi, and I just like passed out with like face down on the table. And my boss picked me up and was like, hey man, you could take the rest of the night off.
You're like, good, because I can't stay awake.
Yeah, that was like hallucinating a person saying like something to you is like scary as hell.
That's like a next level.
That's like Shining level.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's
So then what made you come back? that event, you're like,
this is maybe the craziest story. So if we all want to buckle in.
I'm buckled up. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Right.
It was the day before we were supposed to do an Instagram live.
The day
Yes.
before.
And he did not that Friday he wasn't answering my phone calls.
Oh shit.
And like I was like super worried about him, and like there was no way I could contact him.
And you couldn't find him on the Snapchat person thing because that didn't exist then.
No, SnapMap did exist,
Did it?
but
Did?
I wouldn't have been on there, and I will explain why.
Okay.
So okay, first thing leading up to what I'm about to say. So to make a long story short, the place I was staying in, the guy was not supposed to be subletting, and another tenant was seeing me coming in and out, and the landlord was potentially going to evict us Thursday night. And I didn't work. And so, like, I was talking to the guy I was staying with about it, and I was like, you know what, let me get all my stuff in my car just in case, you know, we do need to get out, because I was going to a concert that night.
Mm-hmm.
I know this producer on Twitter, and, like, we were kind of cool, and he had, like, a show he was playing. I, like, replied to the tweet being like, oh, I'm going to, like, come through tonight. So he DM'd me and was like, oh, I'll put you on, like, VIP at the show, and we can, like, hang out. And I was like, okay, cool. So aside from, like, getting evicted, I was like, if I'm getting kicked out, I do want to go have a fun night at this show, meet these other musicians, whatever, it'll be cool. And basically, I got drugged and robbed at the show. Which is, like, insane.
Could we get some details?
Yeah. I know.
So
we went from DM to, and then I got drugged and robbed.
So that's the reason I came home, and basically, so I guess we'll just kind of lay out the whole story. So there's the eviction that potentially could happen,
Yep.
and this show that's also going to happen. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I do want to go make connections, meet these people, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to the show. I get an Uber to the show. I'm the first one outside the doors, just hanging out. Then a couple other guys show up. One of the guys' names is Odysseus, and the other guy had some, like, basic name. I can't remember what it is now.
Probably Chris.
It probably was Chris.
what I
Probably
was
some
gonna say.
stupid
That's
fucking
funny.
name like Chris.
They're everywhere. They're too goddamn many.
I
Sorry.
know too many Chris's.
Too many
They're
fucking
all
Chris's.
important to me.
There's so many Chris's in my school as well.
Yeah.
Growing up.
It's a fucking conspiracy.
It's Christmas. It's
Oh,
Christmas.
happy holidays. Raw papers.
All right. So
Anyway.
Cardi B drugs you.
Yeah. So I meet these guys in line, and we're, like, talking. It's, like, kind of like an EDM-ish show, and they're, like, talking about, like, oh, how long have you been out here, all this stuff. I'm telling them my whole little spiel. Yeah, I just came out here, whatever. Going to the show, going to, like, talk to these producers and stuff. They're like, oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. We get inside the show, and, like, we had, like, chopped it up. I was cool with these guys. Then the guy, Odysseus, he buys his buddy and I and him, he buys 3 whiskey shots, brings them over. We have those. I have a vodka cranberry. Then the producer I know, Judge, he shows up, gets me, like, on the list. Then I'm, like, backstage, and the show's going great, having, like, a fun time. And this is over a period of, like, 4.5 hours. I have 2 shots of whiskey, both supplied by this guy I met in line, Odysseus, and I have 2 LA vodka cranberries, which are not very big. The glasses are like that.
Okay.
And so I wasn't super fucked up or anything. I was just, like, had a nice buzz, having a good time, whatever. I'm popping in and out from, like, the backstage talking to people. And, like, basically, I mean, I just woke up the next morning on the sidewalk outside of the venue, empty pockets. I don't remember anything. Like, the last thing I remember is, like, being backstage, a bunch of the artists and I, like, we were all in a circle, just, like, visiting, whatever, smoking cigs, and then it was just black. It wasn't even, like, when you're blacking out and you know,
It's
like you're
coming,
to that
you can
point.
feel it.
Yeah. It was just, like, I was good, and then I just was not good.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah. And so it was, like, I like to say it was like Grand Theft Auto, like when you switch a character and, like, you don't know where they are and you just, like, wake up.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's, like, what it was like in the
And, like,
morning.
if that would have happened here in Minnesota, a police officer would have picked you up, brought you somewhere. But the fact that it's LA, they just...
No one gave a shit
Yep.
that I was
Yeah.
just, like, curled up, like, on the sidewalk.
He's got a pretty cool picture, though, from it.
I do.
Someone took a picture of you?
Yeah, there's, like, there are so many layers to this story because So I definitely got drugged. I mean, I didn't have anything like official done, but like it just doesn't make sense any other way.
Yeah.
But the guy.
Do you think it was the guy bringing you the whiskey shots?
The Odysseus? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that he's the one that did it. There's just like so much damning evidence. Like, so basically, I wake up that morning on the sidewalk, no phone, no wallet, which also had my social security card in it.
Cool.
Like
I've
nice
had
touch.
my wallet with my social. Yeah.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah, and whoever took all my stuff also took my like brand new pack of cigarettes and my lighter, which was really annoying. But I wake up, I have $2 in cash in my pocket, some random card with like symbols on it that I like was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, I need to get home, but like I don't know how to get home because I took an Uber to the show.
Oh.
And so I'm like trying to like find like some landmark stuff because this is like in downtown LA.
Okay.
Kind of like somewhere around there. And so I'm like looking at stuff trying to be like, how do I get back to wherever I live? And I just start walking.
And you don't even know if you live there anymore either.
Yeah, and that was the other scary thing. I was like, what if like we just got like fucking kicked out? Like, and I have no way of contacting the guy I'm staying with if he's gone, you know.
Yeah,
Jesus.
So I just start walking, and I'm every so often I'm asking people if I'm going in the right way to such and such avenue. And eventually, after like 3-ish hours of walking, I like make it back finally. I did take like a really bad wrong turn. It's like I could have taken a right or a left. I took like the left and got like all fucked up. But yeah, I made it back, and then I had my old iPhone, which like we didn't get kicked out, thankfully. Because like there was like something where the landlord could have gotten in trouble. So I get back and I can use Wi-Fi on like my old iPhone. So I get on like first thing I do is I call my parents on Facebook Messenger. I'm like, hey, I know you're trying to get a hold of me. Like this is like all happening. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then the next thing is like I got to talk to people at the show.
Figure out what happened. Yeah.
So the first people I reach out to, I reach out to Judge first.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey. Do you like when was the last time you saw me? Because that's the last thing I remember was being with you guys backstage. And he tells me, he's like, oh my God. He's like, really? He's like, I'm sorry that happened. He said we were all outside the venue at one point together. And he said that I said something about getting a ride home, but then they took off. And he's like, sorry, man. He's like, if I like knew that was going on, I would have helped you out. And I was like, no, it's all good, man. So he doesn't know what happened to me after they all left. Which like also brings into question like potentially maybe just like a homeless person took my stuff off me if I was outside. But
yeah.
But something happened, like someone drugged you intentionally.
Yeah, there was something weird at play that like obviously put me into that state.
Yeah.
But I message the two guys I met in line, Odysseus and the other guy, and I'm like,
Fucker.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, do you guys like remember like when you saw me? Did you see me outside? Because I guess I was there. Da da da. And Odysseus being real weird right off the bat. He's like not really answering any of my questions. And I check his Instagram and he's got 2 pictures of him outside wearing like a mask. Like, do you know those like white masks with like the mustache and stuff? He's wearing one of those and I'm in the background passed out up against the wall.
Oh, jeez.
And then he sends me another picture, the one that I like have of me passed out. And he was like telling me that like he got kicked out and like he had to leave and all this stuff. And then like I asked him about the pictures that he posted of me and he deleted them. Like didn't say anything about them.
Was it like the V for Vendetta mask?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It was like a V for Vendetta mask. And he wasn't wearing a mask like when he got to the show and he didn't have one on him. So I'm like, what the hell? And so for a few days I'm like being very polite, trying to figure out as much as I can. And then I just get fed up. And I call him out, and I'm like, "Hey, man, just like I'm just curious. Like, did you take all my like shit off me? Like, because you seem kind of suspicious." And he just deleted his whole Instagram.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
So it was just like, yeah, not to like ramble on, but it's just like a whole crazy story.
That
Yeah, I
is
mean, I
crazy.
almost fell asleep. It was such a.
I'm so sorry.
I feel like I'm there. I'm like,
Yeah, no,
I
I
can smell
hate.
that disgusting LA air, and I'm like,
Well, and
It was
also
terrifying.
that gutted feeling of you saw the photo before he told you, like you see yourself passed out in the background, like he didn't send that to you.
No, these were posted on like his feed,
Yeah.
like as a public picture with me like passed out in the background.
Yeah, that gutted feel. When you said that, I can imagine when you see that and you're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
Like, this is probably where it happened, and this is probably the person that did it.
Well, because, like, the spot I was in, I was, like, up against a wall outside of the venue. And, like, when I woke up, I was, like, passed out. I was laying on the ground, but I, like, was right in that spot, too. So I was like, man, that's, like, right there. Like, I just wish I could, like, go back and change anything about it, you know?
Damn it.
But that is
and then after that, you're like,
real.
I'm going back.
Well, because when you lose, like, I lost my ID, I lost like $250 cash, social security card, cell phone, fucking
nothing.
And like my job, thankfully, I would have been absolutely fucked if this wasn't the case. They like paid all their employees on a separate like pay card.
Oh,
it wasn't going to like my account, so. And like it's just like a absolute miracle that I was able to like get a new card, so I was still going to work for a few weeks, and I was like, I waited until I got like a paycheck, and then I was like, I need to get the fuck like out of here, because I couldn't go into Wells Fargo and do anything without like some proof of identity.
Yeah.
My mom even sent me a copy of my birth certificate, and like that couldn't get me anywhere because I had no photo.
Oh,
Jesus, dude.
So I was just like getting so mad. I was like, what the fuck are like people supposed to do? Like now I have to like, I couldn't get like a plane ticket or anything. I had to just like get in my car and drive with no identification across the entire country back here, hoping that I did not get pulled over.
Yeah.
Cause like,
or some shit happened to your vehicle.
Yeah, well, because if someone pulls me over, I'm just a dude with zero identification, and I look like I'm like living out of my car.
Yeah.
Just like cruising around. Like
next thing you know, you get arrested because you look like a homeless guy that stole all of that shit from somebody, and you're just trying to skip town.
Yeah. It's not a good look. So I was like, and like then.
Were you wearing really big shirts then too?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. We usually nux. We do nux every time she does a good zinger.
Which is once an episode. So
no, you got.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys used it on me. Thank you.
Can I get?
How long ago was that? How long?
That was summer of 2018.
Oh, okay.
It was like towards the end of the summer though.
Yeah, this was like
more like September-ish.
It was because I came back in September, so this all happened. I moved out there like towards and I was out there for like a month and a half. I was out there for like August, basically.
It was the Friday before the state fair stuff.
That's insane. You remember that?
Here's why I remember it.
Because he wanted to take you and go on this Ferris wheel together.
I remember it because you told me you were going to the show. I was cool, whatever. Then we were supposed to do this Instagram live, and then he like wasn't like, you know. And I don't think you messaged me.
No, I put out on my Snapchat when I like could get on like my old iPhone.
The Wi-Fi.
I like sent out like a thing being like, just so everyone knows like this like shit happened, like I am fine. And like the thing that sucks. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
But like, I'm like a pretty ridiculous guy. I'm like always like I'm not being very serious all the time.
Yeah.
So when I post this story, like telling people like, oh, this like crazy shit happened to me, like just so if anyone's trying to get a hold of me, this is why. So many people like hit me up and were like, yo, are you like joking around? That's funny. It's like,
well, because he'll post shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, man, I'm a victim of my own circumstance.
Did I see that? I don't remember.
What the guy that you lived with think? Like, what did he say?
He was like just like blown away. He didn't know what to think because he had like a couple of friends who have been in like similar situations, like being drugged at clubs and stuff like that. And he was just like, and I was like kind of filling him in with the whole thing going on with this Odysseus guy. I don't feel bad saying his name because I don't think that's his real name.
Yeah, probably not.
What if it is though?
I mean, if it is,
then he's got a stupid fucking name.
If we can find him, I'll punch that dude in the head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if that is his name, pretty easy
I'll
to find.
pay for your ticket to go out to LA and punch him in the head.
Let's go out on a manhunt for this guy.
Chris has a gun.
Do you have a gun?
No.
Yeah.
Other Chris.
We have a taser.
I was talking about other Chris.
Oh yeah.
We don't need to use his name.
No, you can bleep that out. You can bleep his name.
Let's talk about everyone we know that has a gun.
Yeah, my
real
dad has a gun.
My dad.
I mean, I have a gun, but I'm packing some fucking heat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, I got chlamydia.
But yeah, no, I
excuse me.
That's kind of a gun in itself.
that's heat,
Yeah.
man.
Painful.
Yeah. No, but it was you called me on Tuesday of that week because I had gone down to the Turf Club to try and get into a stand-up show that I was too young for, and then got paid $100. That's the only reason.
So
I
your
know
friend's
the
out
timeline.
losing all his money, and you're getting paid $100.
Yeah.
I think every state like secretly plots to get people to move back to their state by doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a government agent.
Yeah.
We hear it all the time. People are like, yeah, I moved out to LA. And then they come back within a month, 2 months, 3 months.
Jason Schomer went there, drove around for 2 days, and then just came back because he couldn't find parking.
That's all. That is also insane. Because I used to pass out in my car a lot, like because of the overnight sleep deprivation. I remember like sometimes I'd get home from work. I would get home at like 6, 7 in the morning. It's like everyone's getting breakfast and stuff. I'd like maybe like go to McDonald's and get something to eat real quick, and I would just like pass out in my car without it like on, and then I would just wake up like just covered in sweat because it's like hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'd just be like, where am I? Like, oh yeah, I'm in the McDonald's parking lot. I'm not doing
And no
well.
one's saying
Like,
anything to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
That was also
Driving out there is garbage.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only nice thing about working overnights was my drive to work was so relaxed because no one was out. But like getting off at 5 in the morning
And
was
you're
a
tired.
tired
Dude, I
in
love
rush
getting
hour.
off of-
Scary.
What?
No, it's not.
We're gonna have to Uber everywhere when we go out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you guys going? You're going out there for?
We're probably gonna move out there in a couple years.
That's kind of the
Hell
game
yeah.
plan.
Well,
Round 2, we'll see how that goes. I think it'll go
Yeah.
better.
Well, now he's got a bigger guy who will also get drugged with him,
I know, 2 drugged guys.
Yeah.
and then we'll fight each other.
You
That's
guys will
hot.
mug each other, and
They'll-
you'll wake up the next day with each other's shit.
They'll throw us on World Star Hip Hop.
Mm-hmm.
Kaven won't notice at first because you both have huge shirts. So
He completely switch clothes.
when he sees himself in the mirror, then he'll be like, "Wait a second."
Why does it say 11:11?
Now, the first time you tried stand-up, was it at Keller?
Yes.
It was. Okay.
That first time, yeah.
You have, you guys, like, I would imagine, have you guys ever been on the phone talking to each other and then one of you falls asleep from sheer exhaustion because you guys can just go and go and go for so long?
No.
Falling asleep in person while talking to each other.
We do. I would say we don't really talk on the phone a lot.
Yeah, no, we don't really like talk
At
all
all.
that much. I mean, we do a lot. But
Yeah,
like,
it's more of like, I would say, if we're like driving is probably where we talk the most. I mean, we'll like definitely like run a lot of shit like by each other if we're driving because there's nothing else to really do. But
yeah.
there are times in person where we will like pop off. Like that
Oh.
one time I was supposed to be home to like see my family.
Yeah,
And like I was like for like another 2 hours, we were just like talking.
Yeah,
I was
we
standing
just
in the
were
hallway.
bullshitting for
Hold on.
ever.
Could you unplug that one?
Why?
Okay. So here's what I want. You have improv vibes, and you guys workshop in conversation. It seems like a lot. Like a lot of times when I walk up on you guys, I'll hear one of you being like, "Oh, you know what would make that even better?" Like, it seems like you guys are always scheming's not the right word because I don't think you guys.
We're evil. We get evil.
Sometimes I will say something mean.
But yeah, it sounds like you guys are always on to the next thing. Like there's always a bigger thing. So shut up, because
Sorry.
I'm trying to. All right, now
Spit it out.
what I want to do is say I want to do a scenario and have you guys act out
Workshop it in front of us.
a scenario.
When can
Oh,
we do
yeah.
the snack? Can we do the snack first?
Well, what's the time? What are we at?
50.
49, 50.
We're doing just fine. Okay, ready? So here's what's gonna happen, right? So you work at Lowe's,
Ugh, okay.
and Kaven is going to come in with a very specific color of paint that he needs, and you're going to have to tell him that you don't have it. But you're going to be one of those customers that like talks like you have to have it.
Okay.
Okay? So we will start off by you welcome to Lowe's him.
Okay. Hi, welcome to Lowe's.
Hey, what's good, bro?
Everything, man. I'm here at Lowe's.
Hey, bro. I just wanted to let you know, Lowe's is my favorite store. I can get anything I want at a great price at Lowe's.
That's why it's called Lowe's.
Because of the low prices.
Low prices.
Money shot.
Boom.
So I'm looking for paint.
We got paints. We got the best paints.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Can you list off a couple of the brands for me real quick?
We have Behr, spelled B-E-H-R.
Okay.
And then we have Lowe's paint. That's
okay.
Our brand.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we do here. That one's the cheaper one, by the way.
Look, I don't need you to talk to me like I'm some other customer. I'll be your friend, okay?
Yeah.
You can. Do you want to know my name?
Yeah. What's your name?
It's Behr, B-E-H-R.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
do you
I'm
work for Behr?
I'm looking for a paint. I'll be honest with you, Chief. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Lean in. I'm looking for a paint.
Oh, what kind of paint are you?
Don't whisper back to me.
I'm sorry. What kind of paint? What kind of paint are you looking for?
All right, so I'm looking for paint, and the color I'm looking for, and this is really important, okay? And I'll tell you why it's really important in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now why it's really important. I'm looking for this color, and I need it, okay? Because I have a child. My wife was with child, and she's not anymore. The child has been born, and the child is old enough to like colors.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, it was like 9 years ago. And they need this color for their room. They love the color.
What color is it?
It's the color of Chardonnay.
Yeah, we have this. We have a wall of swatches. You find one that's the closest thing to that color.
Yeah, that sounds like your job kind of thing, champ.
Yeah,
I told you the color.
Here, let's walk. Here, we walk over to the paint swatches. All right.
Wait, you walked over there. Now I have to walk over there.
All right, so you're looking for a color like Chardonnay.
Yeah,
like the wine.
Like Chardonnay.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have to explain it anymore.
Yeah, all right. So we're probably gonna be in the yellow family.
Are you sure?
Yeah, maybe like a yellowish.
Do you even know what color Chardonnay is?
It's yellow.
Is it? You tell me. You work here, but my kid needs to have it.
Yeah.
Look, I just want you to know that if you pick the wrong color, bro, you're just like being mean to my kid.
Well, we wouldn't want that, sir. So
are you saying that sarcastically?
No. I'm saying that serious. We don't want to hurt anybody.
They're 9 years old.
We're at Lowe's.
Do you know what you can accomplish in 9 years?
What?
You can be in 3rd grade in 9 years if you really apply yourself.
What happens if you don't apply yourself?
1st grade at best.
That's a pain.
Anyways, the color?
The color, Chardonnay. I'm looking for it. I'm rustling through the swatches. It doesn't look like we have the color of Chardonnay.
So wait. You're telling me that Lowe's,
yes,
the store with the lowest prices on everything.
On everything.
You carry Behr.
Yep.
My name is Behr. You carry Lowe's paint. You know what a swatch is.
Yes.
And you don't have the color of Chardonnay?
No, we don't have the color of Chardonnay.
Hey, man, it's okay. You're on a YouTube prank
Hey,
show, man.
that's what I'm talking about. What, do I get $1 million?
I'll be honest with you, dude. My name is Alex, and I'm high on shrooms.
Hey, man, they probably have it at Home Depot because it's a better store. Anyway.
Dude,
Am I
I'm
right,
not
man?
painting shit, dude. Maybe spray painting. I'm a menace.
That was awesome. I love the YouTube prank show twist at the end. Fuck, that was good. Oh, man.
It's actually because we run a YouTube prank show.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Don't lie to him.
No,
Get
we
him all
don't.
excited.
It'd be
I
kind
was
of
just
cool.
going to keep going.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was a bit.
I was going to say, I was hoping it would end with, I was just pranking
Just
ya."
kidding. This is our prank show now. We point at all the cameras.
You need to bring all those cameras home with you.
Cha-ching. That was fun.
Hey, good job, guys.
That was
I think
really
you did
funny.
great. I thought that
I
was-
did. I'm like, is Chardonnay like a clear? I didn't even know.
I have no idea.
It is yellow.
It's more yellow.
I
They
just,
You
did-
had me doubting.
They
I
did-
just-
I know. I'm like, how is there gonna be clear paint? Like,
I was like, oh, I just need to pick something that like no one's gonna know like what the color of it is.
That's
like,
funny.
offhand.
The funny thing is, yeah, now that you see the color, they definitely have it.
oh,
So
for
that's
sure.
what made it even funnier for you to say you don't have it. Is like, it's like
You could have went
it's
with.
kind of
You know what we
almost
do
like
at
that.
Lowe's is we
Mhm.
like to color match. So if you can bring in a sample, we can color match it,
And then you bring in a bottle of
and
don't-
then bring me a bottle of
I
Chardonnay.
don't
Just
don't
dump it
paint
in.
often though.
I don't
the-
even know if Lowe's
so-
color matches.
Dumping Chardonnay in my hand. This is the color I need.
oh, that's
Oh.
hilarious.
all over the counter
That's
now, and
good.
it's just like, sir, you can't open a bottle of Chardonnay.
It's like foaming out the
in
top.
in a Lowe's.
What?
Sparkly Chardonnay.
That was a. You did a good job.
Yeah.
You got to be on a show not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
You did a Pickle Dune show, yeah?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
That was a lot of fun. Definitely, it's fun to do a show like that where you get like a huge room that like wants to see comedy.
Yeah.
It is like tough doing like some of the weirder stuff, I guess, but like still like nice to like get the reception. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. It wasn't bad by any means, but
There's a lot of pain in your eyes, so I'm thinking it was bad.
no, it's fine. It's just
Are you talking about the one from the 22nd?
Was that the one that you were on?
I've been on two.
Oh, you've been on two?
Yeah.
I did a guest slot at one a while back, and then I just did one recently with Clifton, James Stanley, and I cannot remember the headliner's name.
Was it Khadijah Cooper?
Yeah, it was
Khadijah
Khadijah
Cooper?
yeah.
Yes.
She's good shit.
She ruled, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She killed that room.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
Kim, where's the first place you did stand up?
First time I stood up. And then
Yeah.
at my
Am I
parents' house.
crazy? Does my mic sound weird to anybody else?
No, I think you sound
All right.
fine.
I don't know what the
It
deal
might
is.
be your headphones.
It could be.
It might be your self-conscious.
Ooh.
Yeah, that also.
Can we do this?
I think I just wish
I just
had
really
more
want that
bass.
thing in my mouth.
That's what
That's
she
why we've
said.
been married for 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, that's a-
yeah.
Little round of applause.
That's
We got
longer
married
than
when we
I've
were
been.
19.
What were you doing when you were 13 years ago?
13. How old was I 13 years ago?
11.
11. Oh, I was probably.
Playing Grand Theft Auto.
Nope, my mom threw that game away.
No.
We got it as a hand-me-down, Grand Theft Auto
You know,
3. She was like,
would have let
"No
you
way."
keep it. You might
I
have
was
been able
8.
to.
At 11, I was pretty sheltered. I didn't have cable or internet or anything like that. We lived out in the country, but I don't know. It was just like probably playing outside, maybe playing with Legos or something. I don't know.
How many animals did you kill?
I don't want to say.
All right. 8-year-old
No comment.
Clifton.
8-year-old Clifton.
What the fuck were you doing?
What year was it?
2006.
Oh, that's like a better 2006. Move Along by the All American Rejects.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good
in
year.
2006. Man, I don't know. I was in Italy at one point.
What?
Yeah, my uncle got married.
Oh, did you eat the whole country and then come back?
Man, I was not a big guy back then. I was cute.
I know, I'm being.
I mean, I'm still cute, but
You're still cute as fuck.
You cute,
Oh, I know what
man.
I was gonna bring up. I remember now. Ballet.
oh yeah,
We didn't get to talk about your fucking dance history at all.
Yeah,
It's like a very important part of the Clifton.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, can we do that?
She wants the
Because we can still
snack.
talk after we do the snack.
Yeah.
It's not an end
All
point.
right, fine.
You can't put stuff like that in someone's
All right.
person.
Well, 3, 2, 1.
So we went to the
Sorry.
Hispanic supermarket and got these you want to do it? Oops, sorry, y'all. Oh, they're chili covered suckers. I'm super.
So from mi Castenito. Castenita.
Yeah, Castanita.
It's interesting on the back. It's made in Illinois, though.
Because that end with the
Mi
line over
Castanita.
it's
makes sense.
neat,
Yeah.
like,
Nieta.
Because like
The Mexican mob.
it kind of has like the nya, like because like
Does it have a tilde?
Mi
Can you-
Castañeta.
it's kind of you're saying it like with kind of a Russian accent.
Palarnidas. Palarendas.
Oh my gosh! Spit it out.
Well, you didn't even know how to say it.
Well,
so.
I would have butchered it and been fine with
Yeah,
it.
okay. So
I like
they're
I like it.
they are packed and distributed in Illinois,
They
not in
look like-
Chicago,
They
because
look
that's a-
like little
I
nuts.
said Illinois.
well. Right now, you're being Illinoising.
Oh.
Do you guys nux on that one?
Throw everything down and walk out.
Okay. Yeah,
No, you don't
Yeah.
get
they
to
look
say
like
it.
weird things.
Okay, I can't wait. They're chili covered chili. It says a candy lollipop covered with chili pepper powder. Oh.
It's about to be spicy. Who got milk? Who's got
The kids
the
probably
milk?
left it out still after eating all that
Who
cereal.
who
so.
who?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, perfect. There's 4.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it like?
Jesus. Is that a foot,
I hope so. I hope it's.
or is it in the shape of a poo?
What's interesting, it's packaged in the same place as nuts, peanuts, and dry shrimp. So
That's kind of cool. I hope I find a dry shrimp.
So what we do is,
smell it
you,
first.
yeah, you open and you sniff first.
Okay.
And we discuss the smell.
I
You guys
can't get
ever
it
do
out, super
cocaine for
sticky.
the snack?
Oh man, I wish. All right, so everybody smell it first.
I can't get it out. It's stuck. Hold on.
Ooh, tahine. That's what it smells
Is
like.
that what it smells like?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't like it.
That's why I want it. Tahine. It's like this chili powder stuff or chili pepper stuff you can put on fruits and stuff.
It smells like my
plastic.
grandma's
Okay.
musty spice cabinet, which is
Yeah, it
also what
does.
she called her vagina.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. It smells spicy and I'm
Ugh,
excited.
it
My mouth is
smells-
watering so hard right now.
I got it like all over like the stick. Like, all
I don't
the way
like that
down.
it's a plastic stick.
Like, I don't know what happened.
The plastic
Maybe I can
stick
just
is gonna get
take it
stuck in
apart.
a.
Is this what
turtle's
dabs look like before?
We're just eating dabs covered in chili powder.
All right.
Whoa, that'd be cool.
Mm. It's tahine. It is tahine. Mm.
Ugh, I don't like it at all.
Mm.
I like throated it a little bit.
Ah, I see.
Mm.
I don't know if you want to be thrown tahine.
Hmm.
I don't know if you want to be throwing a tahine of this stuff.
Is he nice?
Hey, don't throw the tahine. Is that a pretty good accent?
Wait, one more. Oh, hold on. You just saw someone accidentally throat tahine. What do you say?
Oh no! Did you throw tahine?
That's good.
That's just kind of improv. That's just
That's
kind of like.
correct.
I'm not a big fan.
It's good.
No, I don't
It's
like it.
giving
When you
me
get-
heart palpitations.
When you get to the sugary part underneath, that's pretty good.
It's like there's part of it that tastes really, really good, but there's also part of it that tastes really, really not good.
I hate when things that look like candy taste like salt, because it
You
throws
love
it mess.
salt.
It is
but
a-
it messes my head up.
It's
Like
a little too savory.
yeah,
Ugh.
It's like baby back ribs.
right. But also,
Are we at Apple?
if somebody's sucker accidentally fell on some baby back ribs,
I can't do more of it.
no, me either.
You know, people like it. I'm with it.
Look how dark mine is compared to
Yeah,
yours.
Why is yours? They put like extra on yours. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
Oof.
It's aggressively
Yes,
tahini.
I agree.
And this is why I'll never travel outside the country.
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
know
kidding.
what?
That's
That makes sense.
Don't take that out of context. Money shot.
That's it. It checks out. Now, Clifton, I would like for you to ask Kave what he did with your briefcase.
Yeah, what did you do with my briefcase?
Okay, so just relax first off.
Okay.
It's not a big deal.
It's not. It's fine.
Okay, so you know I had the flight, right?
Yeah.
Last week.
Yep.
I had to be there, okay? I didn't have much of a choice.
Well, yeah.
And you and I both know that I didn't even want to go.
Right.
But I had to.
It was important.
All right? And you know I did the edible.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
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 And so what did I have to do? Well, I didn't pack my own shit.
Oh, so you took my briefcase.
Yeah. You know I like big shirts.
How'd you get that through the TSA?
Well, it's not like you're bringing a gun or anything.
Well, no.
I'm not going to stop you.
It's not a gun, but like looks like one in the X-ray.
What do you have in your briefcase, man?
Why'd you take my briefcase?
Okay, I'm getting to it. Anyways,
Okay.
you know I had to be there, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't miss your first child's baptism and funeral on the same day.
Yes. But also, maybe you can.
I mean, did you?
I mean, here's the thing. Are they going to be disappointed? Are they going to be mad that I didn't show up? What are they going to do? Are they going to do this? Where were you? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so why'd you take my briefcase? And why didn't you bring it back? That's the thing that I'm worried. Did you drop it in the fountain?
Look, okay, so you know I had to be there.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
Right.
That's my son.
Yes.
I get there, right?
Uh-huh.
And you know I told you about the girl from 2 summers ago, right?
Yeah.
She was there.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is kind of
small
crazy.
world,
It
right?
is a small
because
world.
you know, the 2 summers ago, you weren't there, but I was.
No, but
she was
explained
there.
in great detail. Yeah.
And you remember when I told you she said that to me when we were there?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no way.
It was like the Kid Rock song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I get to the baptism funeral. She's there. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like, I try. Part of me is like, I don't want to make eye contact with this.
Yeah.
With this beep. You know.
Yeah. Well, because your baby's being baptized and dead at the same time.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna keep to myself. I'm gonna kind of lay low.
Yeah.
She sees me, and she
Like across the.
we locked eyes for a second.
Across the pew. Yeah.
And like, I was kind of like giving her a look, like.
Mm-hmm. Taking this to the confessional.
Yeah. So, anyways, she comes up to me, and then she's about to say something. My dad's there.
Oh.
And he pulls me away, and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
This is your baby's baptism funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I totally like spaced on this. I got a restraining order on the baby. That's why she wanted to talk to me.
That's why you brought my briefcase.
Shut the fuck up about the briefcase.
It matters.
So much more happened there. The briefcase is not important. I don't need to tell you where it is right now, or who's going through it, or who smelt it at the hotel when I opened it by myself in the hotel. I don't need to tell you who did that.
Did it shine like it did usually?
I threw the briefcase in the sewer, man. I'm
Man.
There it is.
That was good.
I love that. I gotta stand up for a second.
You can't feel your feet and losing some circulation there.
It's like sitting on the toilet too long. Except instead of taking a poo, you're taking a pod.
I just want to say this Rain Total Body Fuel Energy Drink.
Here, wait. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pee real quick. Clifton, could you pretend to be me while I'm gone?
Thank you. Yeah.
Be Chris.
Okay. All right. Hi, Kim Duke.
Hey, Chris Luke.
This is weird now. I don't know. I don't know what Chris does. I almost fell asleep during that. That he said that a couple times today.
Really?
So I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like.
Yeah, no, I didn't like. I'm being Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being Cave, and right now, I'm drinking with this Rain Total Body Fuel drink, Money Shot. This is keeping the blood flowing so much in my body that I don't need to stand up to get my circulation back.
What vitamins are in there?
Let's find out. Well, like the thing with energy drinks that sucks is like, they're so hard to not have when you get so used to like running at 100 all the time.
Oh yeah, well,
and then like you run at 70 for like a little bit, and then you're like, I want to be at 100 again.
Yeah.
We talking about cocaine?
Those must be like
Energy
the Bang
drinks.
energy drinks then.
This is like the direct competitor, and I don't drink Bang anymore because they donate to the campaign
Trump
to re-elect
campaign.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Rain,
yeah, that's right.
I haven't had one since then either.
Rain is like the cool libtard one.
Fucking lib cooks.
Yeah, dude, that is the cool. It is
Just
the
let
cool.
you guys know
You
I ate
eat
my.
the whole thing?
It's so
what?
good.
Do you want the rest of mine?
No,
That's
I can only-
gross, dude.
All right, you ready?
You know you've had cold sores all day today.
I think this is a cold sore, actually.
It kind of looks like if you like pulled a cold sore out of your mouth and like put it on the table.
That'd be gross.
Oh,
I'd
these
put it
are
on a stick.
expired.
What?
What?
Yeah.
It makes sense why Jeff Dunham put the jalapeno on a stick, because putting a cold sore on a stick is kind of funny too. It's just a lot of comedic
Expired?
value.
Do you think he has friends who sound like the puppets that he has in real life, and they're like coaching him?
No, he only has white friends.
But imagine a world where Dunham came up with, that's what we call each other. He calls me Dunham, I call him Dunham.
Dunham.
Is he
We
related
play
to
Mario Smash Brothers while smashing.
And rubbing your denims against each other.
Yes.
Which
Ooh.
puppet do you like having sex with more?
Well,
Kim's kind of a meat puppet, am I right?
Whoa.
wait. Hey, Clifton, can I be in a well real quick?
Yes. Let me throw you in the well.
So,
Whoa.
That's more cave. Hold on. There's a well.
I was thinking recently, wow, in this well, after my wife threw me into it, where did it all go wrong? Why couldn't I have just refilled the ice tray?
Fucking hate that when you don't.
Why did I have to lick the seasoning off those Doritos?
He does that and then doesn't finish the chips.
Does he put it back in the bag? No. Oh, that's good.
I
But
feel
the
like I'm
rest of the
losing my
chip-
fucking mind. I'm hearing voices now.
Hey, this is me looking down at you in the well, Chris, you stupid bitch. Have fun in the well, you dumb idiot. How'd you get down there? Stupid.
It all started when you were in 3rd grade.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's right. I am your prostate.
Bum bum bum.
And scene.
That's progressive.
What other sound effects are there?
There's a delay.
Uh-huh.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Is
I
it
like
still
that.
recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it freaked me out. Sorry, I got.
Sounds like we have a studio audience.
Woo!
There's a chorus.
The chorus is
And there's just a vocal. Now we're on a stage.
stage.
And then, oh my god, I hate that one.
Wow.
That's like more in the monitors. Like the guy that's like, hey, can I get more in the monitors?
Yeah.
Can I get everything in the monitors, please?
That's like me if I was Lil Wayne in the booth and I was like, turn my headphones up louder.
Young Moolah, baby!
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he
I would
says.
say that if I was in the booth, I'd be like, hey,
Hey.
can you turn my headphones up louder? Yeah, okay.
All right, Cave. You and I, we were making repairs on our spaceship outside of the spaceship, and we accidentally got detached from the spaceship, and we don't have a lot of oxygen left. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. We've got about 20% oxygen left. Is there anything that you regret in life? Things that you wish you could have done, but now because we're in outer space with 19% oxygen level, that you wish you didn't I think I'm losing brain cells because of the 18% oxygen.
Hey, dumbass, I'm going to make this quick. I'm just trying not to breathe.
Nice. Okay, well, let's get back to Clifton dancing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow! That was a great
Full
circle cinematic parallels. You didn't get to see this. So with this rain, total body fuel. This keeps the blood pumping. Money shot. So I don't have to stand up to get my circulation back.
Oh yeah, we were tied up.
Yeah.
Oh, because the blood coagulates in my lower half.
Yeah.
Ooh, cool.
I just thought that was like kind of cool, kind of funny. I don't know.
You needed to be here for it.
Yeah.
And you
Sounds like it.
When you did that, it reminded me, we on our flight to LA, the guy.
Oh my God, that's right. No, it was on the bus.
Oh, on the bus to go get our rental car.
We're welcome to L.A. San Diego, I mean. Sorry.
Oh yeah, shit, we flew into San Diego.
Welcome to San Diego. We're looking at a high of 82 degrees, and please don't pull on the stop cable. I know where you're all going. I know where you all live, and we'll be there shortly.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
It was so funny. It was
It's
awesome.
It's a town of actors.
Yeah.
San Diego is?
All of them.
The whole damn state.
The whole damn state.
The whole goddamn state.
It's basically like Soulja Boys and Brad Pitts.
Hell yeah.
That's it out there.
Crank that. Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of cranking that.
Let's hear about your dancing career.
I danced before I did anything else.
Did you come dancing out of the womb, you think?
No, because I had to get cut out of the womb. I wasn't. I was a C-section baby. The C stands for cool. And yeah,
Cut that check.
But I think I was young, and my mom, her favorite like holiday movie, or I don't know how she loves this movie. I also love this movie, but we'd watch it in the car while we were going places, and this is before they had like TV screens like in cars.
Oh, yeah,
like we just had like this little TV that like plugged into whatever.
Yeah, Chris got one of those one time.
And I'd just watch whatever on the way there. And this movie called Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. And there were also women in it. I don't remember the whole plot. I don't remember everybody.
There were some fucking broads.
Dude, Bing Crosby does blackface, and it's like it's so weird because he sings about Abraham Lincoln and how he's super cool. Wow. Because so the movie is called Holiday Inn. It's about this inn hotel that is only open on the holidays. And they put on like holiday shows, holiday themed shows, and all this stuff. And in the movie, it's like Fred Astaire and Bing Crosby are like competing for one woman, and then there's another woman, and like everybody ends up happy at the end. But in the movie, they're on the 4th of July. Fred Astaire has to do a dance to a song. And I think he also sings it. I don't remember. But he throws firecrackers on the ground.
Wow.
While he's tap dancing. And so it's just like a really cool scene. You can't like find it on YouTube anywhere. Like you have to like own the movie to like get it, like watch it. It's so stupid. But it was like the coolest thing ever to me as a kid. And I was like, I want to do that at like 5 years old or whatever. So my mom just went on, signed me up for dance classes, and in the dance class, like it was a tap class, and I refused to dance if I didn't have tap shoes, because I didn't want to not be making the sounds. I didn't want to just like, whatever.
You ain't no punk.
Yeah. And so I I did like one dance class, and I was like, oh, I love this. And so I did a year of like just boys class, where it was like only the boys who wanted to dance. And then the second year I was supposed to be in this boys class. They didn't have the boys class because there weren't enough boys who were like dancing. So they, my mom put me in like this. Oh God, it was like 5-6-year-olds class, but I was like turning 7. So I was like 7 years old in like this 5-6-year-old class or something like that, and I was like, God, fucking hate this. This sucks. I have to dance with girls. Girls are fucking icky. There were like some girls would like chase me around because they thought I was cute, and I was like, I fucking hate this. I also thought I was just better than everybody because I was like, I'm fucking 7. You guys can't make me do anything, and so. That like pushed me to like get into like competitive dance. And so I did competitive dance for like from I think like 2nd grade until I was a freshman in high school. And I quit because it's like dance is fun, but it's like very abusive. Yeah. Like some of the shit you hear as a kid that you shouldn't hear from an adult, like, is said to you, and it's like, meh.
For example,
I was never called fat until like I was in high school, but like just being told that I didn't like want things enough, and that like I was a failure, and like I wasn't a good dancer, and just like a bunch of just kind of out of pocket shit to say to a child.
yeah.
And they would like call girls like fat and like shit like that. It was
Jesus.
I will second that because
Get that bitch closer to your mouth.
my sister was in dance for a while, and like some of the like shit that like the coach would say sometimes to like the girls and stuff. It's just like I couldn't believe it. I was like, how is like this like okay like in like the public school setting?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
So yeah, it is like.
Yeah, and I wasn't even doing it through school. I was doing it through a dance studio. Yeah. But like it sucked. I mean, it didn't. It was really fun, but like it definitely like there was a point when I was just like, fuck this place. I'm not being treated like I'm worth anything. Yeah. And I started doing ballet like seriously instead of just like dicking around in class and doing it because I had to. I started doing ballet seriously at a. It's not called the Academy of Russian Ballet anymore, but that's what it was called.
Holy shit.
And I did the Nutcracker there.
Yeah. Was it the same lady in John Wick 3?
No.
Oh, okay. Have you seen John Wick 3?
I haven't seen any of the John
I
Wick
did see.
movies.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're
Totally
talking about.
went under my radar.
They're really good.
That's what I've
So
heard from a lot
fucking
of
good.
people.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Get your life together is what we're saying.
Well, you can watch them
Funny
later.
shot.
We'll rent it on like Amazon Prime or some shit.
Okay.
We'll do a POV video of you watching.
We'll Instagram live you guys while
I'll
you're
need the
watching it.
GoPro on my head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch the movie, record
It's
the
just
movie.
pirating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is. What
Put it on my hard drive.
Put it on Plex.
Put it on the TV.
Yes.
That's how you watch it.
But yeah, I got into ballet, and then I said, "Fuck competition dance," because they don't know my worth here. I'm much better than like they make it out to be. So fuck this place. I quit in the middle of the year. It was like competitions are coming around, and I was like, bye. And so they had to like do a boom. I don't give a shit. I just went and started doing ballet all the time, which was also very fun, but also like very taxing, because then you got like Russian guy being like, "You're getting fat. You need to lose weight." Because I was gaining weight because I wasn't dancing as much and as like hard as I used to.
Oh,
Because
okay.
ballet was fantastic, but it was less hours a week, and like I just I cared, but I didn't care that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I just kind of was like falling out of love with it.
Sure.
But yeah,
how old were you? So how old were you when that stuff started?
That I was in high school.
Like a senior?
I was
like
a
junior?
freshman in high school, and I started doing ballet. And then my senior year of high school, I stopped dancing, but I did one more year of the Nutcracker, and then I was done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Nutcracker, did you bust nuts while you were dancing?
Not while I was dancing.
Oh wait, I said that weird. Were you busting nuts because you were in the Nutcracker? Like, was anybody like, I loved what you were doing on stage?
I don't remember. Like, I didn't care enough. Like, I had a girlfriend
December
for
1st.
a while.
We need you to tell stories about busting nuts.
Busting nuts? Man, there's some crazy busting nuts stories.
Really?
But none of them include, like, fellow dancers or...
No. I don't know. I wasn't really into, like, anyone at dance. Like, there were, like, people I had, like, a crush on or whatever because I thought they were cute, but then it's like you get to know them and you're around them all the time and they're just, like, a shitty bunhead. You're just like, fuck this.
Bunheads.
Goddamn bunheads.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend.
Is that like a dance slur?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
All right.
But I had
Don't
a
say that
girlfriend
ever again.
who...
Step into my office?
Oh, no.
Close the door.
I'm getting canceled.
We heard you use the B word at lunch.
Yeah, you think it's funny to say B star unheads?
I believe. Sorry, Tim. It's asterisk.
Asterisk.
But also, it sounds like
Unheads.
you're saying the A word now, and this is just not going well. Go back to class.
Oh, shut up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
That's co-principals who are also lovers.
I'll be waiting in the car.
Oh, man.
You're taking the fucking bus home.
This is my co-principal voice.
It sounds subordinate.
So you didn't do any dance in college or anything like that?
No, I got
Just at the
fat.
club.
Yeah, I got fat. And it was like
You
a
started doing Molly and eating hot Cheetos.
man. I
You
wish.
started listening to dubstep, and you liked eating chips, and you did the gloving at the show.
You know, gloving's kind of cool.
No, it's not.
It takes
Do you
like
know
a
what gloving
kind of,
is, Kim Duke?
No.
It's like people will wear like these gloves with lights on the fingertips,
Okay.
and they'll like.
I want to go on record, money shot, and I want to say anyone that's a glover can die.
Well, everyone can die.
I second that.
No, I think it's like it's a cool skill to have, but I think if you are obsessed with it and that's the only thing you have,
You know,
If you
get
bought
a
a
life.
GoPro and a microphone and lights so that you can do glove videos in your fucking bedroom, get out of here. Get out.
Can I air something about myself real quick?
Yeah.
I was never trying to be a glover, but there was so
Oh, here it comes.
before I got into like music production, the thing that got me in to like electronic music, which is what got me into making music, was like dubstep like dancing videos.
Oh, yeah.
like the Under the Bridge video.
Like
That's awesome.
like yeah, so people put like all those like Skrillex dance like video whatever to dubstep, and people are doing like the weird hand moves and like the like jolted like body movements, and like there was a period of time where like I would like add these people on Facebook, and I'd leave like suggestions like dance to this song next, and like I would like practice trying to do like the finger stuff and like in like the mirror, and I was like, man, if I get good at this, I want to make a video and put it up, and I want to be the next big dubstep dancer.
When I was in dance, we like there was like a kind of this weird thing where it was like doing stuff with your hands because
Finger
of that.
tutting is what it's called.
And it's cool. And like there was like this one thing that we used to do. I don't remember how to do it anymore, but it was like.
Was it like this?
No, but
Oh,
I love that.
I
You know
can't
what?
even do that.
I
I don't know how to.
I had some friends that taught me this, like their little. It's not a handshake, but it's like a
Fingering?
beat. Yeah, finger
Oh.
blasting each other.
Yeah.
And I was a
Master Finger Blaster?
Okay,
a
Dane Cook.
senior in.
Fine.
I was a senior in high school, and I saw these kids doing this thing where they were like. I gotta take off the headphones for it.
Oh, gosh.
And I still know it to this day.
Oh, that's the dumbest
And they would
thing.
just go around doing that, and I was like, I want to know.
Is that?
Would you please not ever do that again?
Did you just want to be in Stomp the Yard?
Yeah. But it was Eric Peterson and Luke Salisbury.
Of course.
So if it was Stomp, it would have been like Nightmare Before Christmas edition, just a bunch of Jack Skellingtons.
Lanky. They couldn't stomp anything.
Speaking of not being able to stomp anything, you were at the roast?
Which one? The
Andy Matfield? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why. Yeah, because you and Caitlin stayed in the back. You fuckers.
I was
real quick.
Listen to audio.
Clifton T. Parks III has saved me 4 times now.
I feel like I've only saved you like once.
No.
Officially,
you
like,
helped.
Saved. I've helped.
You helped with the roast, with Petrus Picks. I feel like you were helping out with fucking the John DeBoer show, weren't you?
No.
That
I
was
didn't help
Petra.
him. Yeah.
That was okay, but Petra didn't know how to do audio stuff. He was just there being a sassy giraffe. That's what he was. He was
the
doing.
Best giraffe.
Yeah. But then at random open mics, when something's going wrong, you step up and you'll help out. And
I
and
helped
then
when like Riley was hosting. One day.
Yeah. See, there's a bunch of instances.
You know,
where
he
you're
never came
stepping
back
up to
after
the
he
plat.
hosted. That must have scared him out.
He's just going through some things.
Oh,
The
period.
alpaca industry is just plummeting.
That sucks.
Yeah, so he's just slaughtering alpacas now.
So maybe the alpaca slaughtering industry is booming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they spit too much.
They do spit too much.
Why do you have to make it about that?
Because I hate the spitting. It's
Clifton
disrespectful.
hates animals, confirmed.
You're right. I'm like PETA. They kill so many animals just to make a point. Like,
Oh, dude, don't get me started on
They're
PETA.
like, hey, isn't it crazy the semi-trailer full of frogs just exploded on the highway?
yeah,
Don't fuck with PETA.
these guys are out of their goddamn mind.
I kind
Now,
of like it.
But you stop it. Now,
Shut the fuck up.
do you guys ever roast each other? Do you ever throw little fireballs like in Super Mario?
I think I think he got me good on the way here today, but like I don't think you did it on purpose.
Ooh, bring
It was
up.
that comment about like working 20 hours a week,
Oh,
and I was like, man,
well, I don't know.
there's a lot of stuff on Twitter where like people are like eat the rich. Like this person who has a lot of money is specifically the Kim Kardashian thing. Somebody tweeted at Kim Kardashian for help for her medical bills and was like, "Can you help at all?" And Kim shared it and was like, "Hey, there's a GoFundMe. Like, feel free to blah 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 blah." And then people were like, "Why isn't she paying for it?" And like, which like it's a valid remark, you know.
Sure.
Why doesn't she just do it? But also,
Yeezy keeps blowing all their money.
but
For
then
real, he
people-
goes on those manic episodes and then just
Yeah.
spends millions of dollars.
I love it,
Yeah.
but
And he doesn't let their daughter wear makeup anymore. And they can only dress modestly now.
it's the Jesus arc. It'll change eventually. He's just
As is the manic way.
Anyway, keep going.
but
Do you think his next album will be
Chris,
called
shut
Why the fuck did you let me do that? Sorry.
maybe?
Well, because he doesn't like to be on his meds either, so that doesn't help.
Well,
Okay.
I understand that. But somebody put like a picture of like Kim Kardashian's net worth and like Kanye's like net worth and was like, you and your husband could blah blah blah, and it's like we were having the discussion that like people don't understand what net worth is.
Yeah.
Right.
People think like, oh, your net worth is how much money is in your bank account. Like,
yeah.
so like, why aren't you paying for stuff? So like, I made a joke. I was like, it's always the people that always complain about like some rich person not giving enough money, even if they donated like $100 million. I was like, it's always some person working like 20 hours a week at like minimum wage.
Which
yeah.
is
like, oh, why aren't you giving more money, dude?
yeah. Yeah, we have a.
And it's like a stupid comment, but Clifton works 20 hours.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's you got me.
Unintentional serve.
Yeah.
I see.
Which I do
see.
apologize.
Oh no, I don't care. I know you weren't coming after me.
All right. But I guess roasting each other, sometimes it's not like I guess if one of us says something stupid, like we'll like check the other person and be like, and like maybe make a joke about it.
Like one day I was like, I'm hungies, and my friend was like, open your mouth, and I was like, and he's like, what the fuck? Are you a baby? he
I had told him today, I was like, you got like maybe a year left to getting away with saying that shit. Like,
With that face? No, man.
Yeah, man, I look like a baby.
You could definitely. Yeah. You look like
you look like a baby that needs to like molt or something.
Yeah. That's after the summer. No, I don't think I think like,
dude,
we roast each other.
Molten baby is
molten
so
baby.
good. I like
That
it.
was so good.
Like there was one time I tried a sip of his water, and I asked him if I was gonna get sick. It was a poor joke, but it was
Because he has sickle cell anemia.
yeah. And I was
dickhead. Thanks for telling everybody, guys. Yes, I have sickle cell. Money shot.
no, but like that, like it's like dumb shit that like it's always in passing. It's like never like just roasting each other.
Yeah. I feel like it's an age thing because I don't hear other comics ripping on each other the way that like I feel like 26 and up is like 26 to 30. There's some ribbing, and then 30 up, it's just shit fest.
Well,
Because once you hit your 30s, you're just trash.
Well, you know what? And no one wants to punch down. No one wants to make me, a 24-year-old, cry because they said something mean. You
true.
know?
Yeah.
Well, let me help you.
Oh my god.
Make Cave cry on the pot.
Oh man.
Do it.
The funny thing is, whenever I look at you, I always see like a version of me.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny
'Cause
because
we have
Keenan
similar-
sees Mac Miller.
I do. It's probably the eyebrows and the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
I
Yep.
can see that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or is it because
Oh
you're
no.
constantly pushing women away? Is that what?
Yeah, guys, did you know that I like eating pussy?
Woo!
That's my favorite thing to joke about with Mac Miller. Is like right after he died, so many like 19-year-old girls like got on Twitter to like share this interview he did where he was like talking about, oh, like eating pussy is like so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, you got to like go down on your girl, and they're all like sharing it like, oh, R.I.P. Mac, such like a sweetheart.
You need to find a guy like this. And
Yeah.
Like,
So I think it was the day he died. I tweeted, I was like, man, R.I.P. to all the pussies Mac Miller could have eaten. That's so sad.
Oh man.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But also, rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yeah. That's
rip
for real.
Yeah.
Rip, bro.
No disrespect.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect is what I was saying. So, welcome to the podcast, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'm gonna make you cry on the fucking podcast.
Doesn't take much.
Oh.
We went and saw Frozen 2. He's over there sobbing like
Dude,
a
I
freaking
wonder.
baby.
I wonder if I could cry right now.
I bet you could.
You just
You
keep,
on
keep
command?
talking about Frozen.
I
Yeah.
wish I could make myself cry.
Oh, I can.
I can't do it.
I can't. I can make myself throw up.
Really? I wish I could do that too. If I could make myself throw up on
I
command.
I used to always make myself throw up as well. You worked around a bunch of dancers. Of course, you know how to make yourself throw up.
Oh.
Kim Duke with the heat.
That was
Sorry.
that was like a desk pump.
We have like the Tim Westwood bombs.
Yeah.
Tim Westwood TV.
But I would get so drunk I would have to make myself puke just to feel
Oh.
okay.
I get my.
What's your opinion on joke
Oh.
thieves?
joke thieves?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, dude. Hate them.
Don't you hate
joke thieves.
when because like you do a joke good
Yeah.
and then somebody tries to do your joke bad
Yeah.
and then for some reason they come at you and they're like, hey, I have a similar joke but worse.
Yeah.
You should stop doing your version so mine sounds better.
Yeah. I don't.
People do that?
That sounds very specific, Chris.
I know.
No?
No.
Wait, did this happen?
Yeah. Say some names.
No.
For the podcast.
No, I don't. I'm not a big fan of people who steal jokes, but I also know that there's a
Was
lot
it
of
Jeff Dunham?
people. Yeah, that was Jeff Dunham.
Basically.
He came after me. Saying that I stole
Did he
the
tweet you?
peanut, I stole the peanut character, which I didn't.
Yeah, you stole the peanut character's hair and put it on top of your head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Served.
We need to get the blowhorn, or what is it?
It's loaded on there. I just don't know how to fucking play it.
For a second, I thought that was the sound. I was like, it sounds like a person just saying.
None of the you're pushing the buttons. It's not working.
I don't know how. We'll figure it out.
Here, don't worry, I'll get it loaded. Okay, so anyways,
I gotta
so
turn it down just in case it's loud.
Joke thieves.
when somebody steal your joke,
I don't.
do you not subscribe to that?
No, I'm not a fan. I'm like. So
have you? Okay, so here, have you actually had somebody say that after you get off stage, be like, "Hey, I actually have something very similar. Did you snag that for me?"
I've never had anybody ask me if I snagged it from them. I've been told that I've stolen stuff before, which I don't want to like admit to. Like that
I don't want to name names, but
freaking Martha's always stealing shit.
Yeah, no, it like sucks because like I didn't do it. I don't do anything on purpose. Like I would never steal a joke.
Yeah.
But like if you're also a fat white guy who's doing comedy, we probably have similar jokes. You know what I mean?
I think you just described the whole Midwest scene.
Yeah.
It's all of
you have a
us.
joke about being fat? Same. Like, lines are gonna be like it's. I don't think I think hearing other people's and like. If I know that like I've done something similar to that, I try to like not do it anymore.
Like can you imagine going to an open mic and hearing a Tinder joke and being like, oh, or being surprised that you heard a Tinder joke?
Yeah. Also, we're all doing open mics. Like I don't want to say that like open mics are like the bottom of the dregs of stand up, but I mean it kind of is.
Well, you catch a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
know,
and
anyone can show up, sign up.
Yeah, everybody's writing stuff, and a lot of people have similar life experiences. At least, well, not similar life experiences, but similar like everybody's.
Have you been drugged and dropped outside LA?
Not
yet.
You know what? Hold on. Time
Not
out.
yet.
I'm gonna cut all that stuff out. Gonna fucking kill himself if he hears that. Let's do this
What?
instead.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
He stole your joke?
If you're here's what happened. So I made this joke. You're gonna cut this out. So
yeah.
I made this joke about how I'm too fat to do cocaine because I am afraid that I'll die, like Chris Farley and the good Belushi. That was the joke. Is that there's a good Belushi because there is.
Even the living Belushi knows that there was a good one.
Right. But I did that joke at a Pickled Loon show. Actually, I had done that joke a couple different times where had seen it, and there was one day where he was like, "Oh yeah, I have a concept kind of similar to that," and he like told me this whole story about like how, it's like a sob story about him finding out about Chris Farley dying, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And I just I did the joke at the Loon show that I did, and after I got off stage, he's like, "Hey, you stole that joke from me." And I was like, what? And I'm like, I'm fucking twisted. I'm drunk and I'm high. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I'm just trying to have a good night. Like, this is the first time like I've done a 10-minute set. Like I'm just.
Oh, it was that night?
Yeah.
Oh,
you called me that night and like
I was
ranted
pissed
like for a long time. You're like, dude, you will not believe what just happened. Like, you fucking came up to me. And I just was like, dude, what the hell? And that's like...
Yeah, it like fucking sucked because I was just like, man, like he told me I didn't have to stop doing it. Because he's trying to get away
thank
from...
God.
He's trying to get away from drug and like body image related material when it's like, that's all he fucking
That's
does.
all he does and all he will do.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, fucking... All right, whatever. And so I just stopped doing it because I didn't want to have to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
And I know that like at one point at Nordic, it was like I didn't have anything prepared. I just kind of went up and like was kind of just riffing. This was a completely separate occasion, and I had made a joke about how like I don't have a cocaine body, I have a weed body. Which actually has a joke where he says that verbatim.
Right.
But I was just going off top and just like doing whatever. And afterwards he's like, "Hey man, I know I talked to you about this already with about a completely different joke, by the way. And then he's like, yeah, you fucking stole. And I'm like, yeah, no, I realized that, like, I had actually said, because that was a time when he's right. I mean, I did say something that he says in an act.
But that's not stealing. That's like saying I have a beer belly.
Well, yeah. Well, it's okay. So if you're getting rid of, like, Alex Petra right now has this bit where he talks about being pregnant or looking like he's pregnant, which is cool.
Chris does too.
Yeah. I also have one. And, like, that was, like, one of my first bits was, like, about how, like, I look like I'm pregnant and I want to get an abortion.
Oh yeah, if I remember.
In New York?
Maybe. Yeah. And, like, it's cool. Like, that. I thought that was a funny joke. I haven't done it in a while, but, like, I heard Alex do, like, like, where he's like, yeah, I look pregnant when I turn to the side. And I'm like, oh, you know, I kind of. But I'm like, he didn't steal that from me. Right. There's no malicious intent behind him being like it's just such, like, where does your brain go when you're looking at you know?
Like that's an easy parallel to make where it's like, oh yeah, I'm a guy with a bigger belly is pregnant, funny, you know, like.
And so, and like, Alex and I have similar jokes, but it's because that's anatomy. Like when you look at guys like us from the front, you can't really tell, but when you look from the side, then you can see it moving out.
And I heard that and I was like, that's fine, because it's like it's a similar thing, but it's also like he didn't steal that from me. You didn't steal that from me. You didn't steal that from him. He didn't steal that from you. Because there's no, number one, there's no malicious intent. Number two, it's like this isn't a comedy special or anything we're getting paid to do.
He just doesn't want anyone to get famous off of his material, you know.
That makes sense.
That would just piss him off so much.
The ironic thing is
I wish somebody would.
I've said that I said it to I won't say who I said it to, but I said that we should learn sets and everybody just start going out and doing his shit. Like what's that one movie where the cheerleaders
Bring It On?
Bring It On, yeah.
They steal all those routines from...
Get put on just before goes and just have...
And then do his set. Oh, man.
Oh, well, he's never really out. Does he still go out and about?
He's got the camp bar for a couple more days. Fucking.
All right, anyways. So I cut all that stuff out.
And... You didn't want
it's all synced up already, but...
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you still want to talk
2
about...
hours later.
Do you still want to talk about...
I'm so glad we talked about
mental
the
health.
whole premise of Bring It On. That was really amazing.
It was a good
we didn't want to
movie.
ruin the movie for people, so we had to cut it all out.
Because stealing's not okay. But, like, being on Twitter a lot, you see, like, people steal content all of the time.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, memes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it's
all
very easy to steal a meme. Just save image.
And then repost it.
Yeah.
It's like fucking, Bend, Oregon in 1992. Riots in the streets.
Okay.
Now, Deborah.
What?
Jeez. Okay. Well, could you? Now, what you do for work is she actually is a manager at Lowe's.
Oh, really?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have Chardonnay?
Yeah.
My
that's actual real color, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My apologies if I said anything about Lowe's.
I mean, you
that
really
was...
did offend me.
I think
it is not the
Home
lowest
Depot
prices,
is
so.
better, though.
Lowe's is so great, and if you go to Lowe's today, you'll probably find yourself a great deal. Money shot.
Now, Kim is actually a mental health professional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a mental health nurse. Oops.
Oh.
Diagnose me.
Yeah. I was going to say, you both are
Let me
out
get
of
the
your
DSM-5
fucking minds.
Yeah.
You clearly have depression and IBS.
What is IBS?
Irritable bowel syndrome. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I like
that.
Oh,
are you a doctor?
No.
No, my mom's a nurse.
That's right. Your mom is a nurse.
I'm depressed because I have IBS.
Yeah. Secondary.
Yeah.
Depressed BS.
Mm-hmm.
Depressed. Anyways.
Thanks for the diagnosis, team.
I be depressed S. That's...
I won't feel as bad.
No, DBS. Depressed bowel syndrome.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Depressed shits are sad.
Ugh. Yeah.
They're runny.
Oh.
Wait a second.
I had a gross one today. We had a good night last night. Wow.
So I've heard you say about yourself that like you think that you're mean, but I've never seen you.
You think you're mean?
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that hilarious?
I think I'm such a dickhead. Yeah, what's up?
Why are you looking at me? What am I gonna say?
Why do you think? What is it? Do you think is mean about you, or like what?
I don't know. What do you think is? What do I think is mean about me?
Yeah. Like what made you say?
I'm mean. Who told you were mean?
I'm a mean guy.
I don't know. I'm just irritable, and like I don't like dealing with people.
Yeah, me too.
And like shit, you know. I don't know.
Like, so is it like when you're in big spaces and there's a lot of people, like the state fair? Does that get you agitated?
That doesn't get me agitated. I don't like big space. I get like panicky when I'm at the Mall of America. Like I don't get irritated or anything. It's more like just like fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you get like short with people because you're trying to get out of a situation, or?
I don't like talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a huge fear of abandonment.
Oh wow.
Because of my dad. And just like a lot of weird relationship stuff in my life, as well as like my grandpa passed away, and he was like a huge father figure, and like I know that he didn't die on purpose, you know, but it's just like as I was getting older, I was like, oh shit, I don't have like anybody to lean on as much anymore as like a male figure in my life. So I have a lot of issues with abandonment, so I don't like getting attached to people unless like I know that they're gonna be like around.
Yeah.
So I don't like talking to new people, because of that. Like
I see.
Yeah.
So
do you? So then, is it that? Because now this is starting to make sense.
Yeah.
So is it more that you're getting in your own head where you know the way
it's
you
investing
interact?
time and energy. Like you don't want to invest all that time and energy into somebody who might not be there.
Well, but what I was
and
saying
it gets
was
exhausting, so you get irritated because you don't want to put yourself out there.
But the reason why you think you're being mean is what you could offer that person.
Yeah,
I could be doing this,
Yeah.
but I don't want to, which lends into the thing that you're saying, obviously.
Yeah.
But so I don't think you're mean at all, and I don't think that you have ill intent towards anybody.
No, I mean there's some people I don't.
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean
but-
fuck them,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Or not.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's just
don't
like a
don't stress out about the things that you can't offer people, dude. Because I think that everybody that you are friends with would say that you are so available and you give a lot.
Yeah, well, and I just to comment on that too. I know we've like talked about this kind of stuff on like a separate occasion, but I think that mindset, like while like it can make you feel bad, you're also like you're in like a space where like you're not like doing things that you don't want to do because of that as well, which also I think can be beneficial in a way because some people can spread themselves so thin doing stuff that they don't care about because they don't want to say no.
Yeah.
Which is more of a problem that I might have, but like you are like, you know, you are pretty much exclusively doing things that like you care about
To an extent.
in a way. I don't know, or like you kind of are. It's like modeled that way, I guess.
Yeah. I keep forgetting to do this, but I've been wanting to do this, which is, do you guys? We'll start with you. Do you have any questions? So what Kim does is she works in an emergency room at a hospital, doing assessments, right?
Yeah.
For
you should know what my job
people
is.
who potentially could be under mental distress.
I'll describe what I do for work because
Thank
you
you.
obviously do not know.
Well, I looked at you and I was like, huh? And you're like, got one.
Someone will come into the ER for, it can be a mental health thing or chemical dependency. And the doctor will see them and be like, I want them to be further assessed by a behavioral access nurse, which is me. And I go in, do a full assessment. Basically, I determine if they need to be inpatient, outpatient, what they need, what kind of resources I can offer them.
So you come in after they take my shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not and I don't do that. I don't take your shoes and stuff.
That was my favorite part. So there was a period where I thought I was like, I had like a voice in my head that was like telling me to kill myself.
Okay.
And gave me the exact way to do it. And I was like freaking out. But I really wanted pizza, so I called my mom. I was like, hey mom, can you order me a pizza? Because I am poor and I also will kill myself if I get in my car. So she drove all the way up to St. Cloud because that's where I was living at the time, and she brought me to the hospital.
Oh, so you met with one of these?
Yep. Yeah. But I kept making jokes the entire time, which is like really bad. I don't know. It was
You don't like jokesters, Kim?
No, I don't mind. I mean,
No,
I think
I'm
it makes
kidding.
them feel more comfortable because you get everything taken away from you. You get thrown into these brown, shitty-looking scrubs, and you're in a room that looks like jail.
I stole the socks.
Oh, I always tell people
They
to
are
take
my
the socks.
favorite thing.
They have smiley faces on them. Yellow?
Hell yeah. They were
Brown.
red?
Red? Oh, they changed them up.
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Anyway, yeah.
I was like, can I keep my shoes? And he goes, no. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, the shoelaces.
Yeah.
And I like said that. And I was like,
shoelaces,
I got you. You don't want me to do any of that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, can I keep my phone? He's like, no.
No.
And I'm like,
Because
that's fair.
sometimes we'll get like teenagers that come in and it's very attention seeking and they'll sit on their phone and Snapchat a pic like look where I am, and it's like, okay, this is a serious thing. Like we,
I watched National Treasure on TNT. That was like what I was doing while I was waiting for people. It
Or
was
I
funny.
always tell people put the Golf Channel on, take a nap.
Oh man, I was like, it was like weird because I like had hit this place where I was like super scared and freaking out and just like all over the place.
Yeah.
And then once I was with my mom, I was just like very calm, but also just very like, woo, yeah, let's go to the hospital. Like I was just very like, I don't know what it was.
What happened?
But
Do you still hear that voice then?
no, yes, no, I don't know. It
It's
like
a safe
depends.
place,
Okay,
dude.
yeah.
That shoelace thing, they gave me zip ties.
Hmm.
So I got to have
When you
my
were
shoes
on the
because
unit, that's different. They give you your shoes when you're on the unit. We're talking about in the ER.
Yeah, I was in the ER. I didn't
They
have to
didn't admit you.
stay much longer. Yeah, no, because they were like, you seem fine now. Because like I was.
Yeah.
I was just like, my brain just like kicked into hyper mode though, where it was just like, let's watch National Treasure. That fucking rules. I love that movie. And then I like just was just like making jokes all the time. I was like drinking lemonade. Like on the way there, and I don't know, I was just like very like hyper, almost like a child. But there are some times where I'll like there was a day recently where I was just like, man, I should end it all, and like that voice didn't come back, but there was like another part of me that was like that joke that I have about like going to Arby's, like that thing happened where it's like, okay, if you fail, do you know how expensive that's gonna be? You can't afford that, neither can your mom. If you succeed, a lot of people are going to be hurt. You got to just go to fucking work. Just go to work, it'll be fine. And I went to work, and then I had like a okay day at work, and I got home, and I had like a fantastic evening. Like everything like was looking up, and it was like awesome. But yeah, it's like crazy.
Yeah, that's wild that you say that expensive bill thing. I literally just last week was writing I didn't post it, but it was remember folks, what doesn't kill you turns into an expensive hospital stay. Make it count.
Yeah,
but I didn't post it.
I'm glad. I would have made you take that down.
That's funny. I like that. But it is, like, again, I'm just like, man, I can't fucking.
Well, dude, I feel like I think a part of getting through that dark shit is making jokes about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that we're changing the world at open mics telling these jokes. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
like
there's some mom who's like, hey, that was funny.
But I think what I've found, like when we do that shit, is we're like finding out mutual friends are like, hey, I know.
Yeah.
You guys are all fucked up. I'm just gonna.
But what I wanted to say was, do you have any questions for Kim Duke, being the medical professional that she is?
I can't give advice, and I can't diagnose.
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
It's like, have you ever seen one of these?
Well, I can't do too much of that either.
Okay. Well, have you ever? What do you
looked
eat?
a butthole? Yes.
What do you eat for lunch at
work?
ER?
Sometimes I don't get to eat lunch because it's so busy. But
okay. Well, you can't answer any questions.
yeah, go ahead. What do you want?
Can you answer questions as a friend?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
I've been having this issue lately where like I'll meet people.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to them for a couple days, and I'll actually genuinely like them and like want to keep talking to them, but then I just stop. I get super short with them, and then I'm just like, man, I don't. And then they're like, did I do something wrong? And I'm like, you didn't do anything wrong. I just don't want to talk to you anymore. Like,
are you slightly introverted then?
I'm very
yeah,
introverted.
me too. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I fucking hate people.
Like I sit and I'm like, I wish I had more friends, and then I'm like, someone will be like, hey, you want to go do this with me? And I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Well, living with Kave is really nice because Kave probably sees more of my dumb bullshit than I do. But like, I'll definitely come home and just like not want to talk to him or my mom or anybody, and just want to like play video games and like.
Have you guys ever cuddled while watching a movie?
Together? No.
No.
We should, but
we could. It's like very doable.
It's not.
You
that
guys
we
live
can't.
together right now?
Yeah.
And I didn't know you guys lived together.
Yeah, I live with my mom, and he also lives with my mom.
Yo. I'm staying in his old bedroom.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
hell, it works.
Now,
I mean, you slept on a mattress in some random guy's house or
Yeah.
apartment, so.
Young Fox, do you have any questions for the medical professional?
It's just like I like ask something that like I'm experiencing or what?
You could ask. You'd be like, have you ever seen like an amputated foot in the ER
No.
or
Oh,
like
that's gross.
I know I haven't.
hospital
either.
related, mental health related? Definitely not fucking tahine related.
I can answer all about tahine. It's amazing. It's tasty.
I don't know.
You were drugged, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
I know you were wondering this whole time.
God, I don't know.
Maybe he went into a diabetic coma.
I know. You know, it's funny when you're telling it to him. Like, I wonder if he ate, when he ate last, what his blood sugar was. You know, I was going through all these little scenarios too. I mean, but you wouldn't black out like that.
Well, I am hypoglycemic.
You are.
To some extent, in some capacity, because there are just like times where it's like weak and shaky, and I like need to get something like in my body. My dad has that too.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That shit.
Your blood sugar. That's why we have those glucose tabs up in the medicine cabinet, and I told you to bring them in the car with you when you get those shaky
I'm so
things.
old, I forget what's wrong with me.
That shit, like, it sucks.
It's scary because you get like the blurry vision, shaky.
Well, especially like because I'll get it sometimes like when I'm like laying down in bed trying to fall asleep, and it's like if I like you lay there and like it goes on for so long, it gets to a point where you're like, can I even like get out of this fucking bed? Like I'm so weak right now.
Yeah,
like you feel like I can't because my dad.
Who's
Mine.
your father?
My father.
Mine?
No, I'm not looking at you.
My father?
No, I'm not looking at you.
I'm concerned. Does your dad still have these episodes?
Oh no, This was like just a one-time thing. My dad is.
Oh.
Hey, Dad.
He's like sleepy glycemic. He's not hyperglycemic.
He's just a sleepy guy in general. I would say no.
It's like.
Is your dad a sloth?
Well, no. He's a beer dad. Like he gets off work and it is until he goes to bed. He just like wants to like kick back, have some beers.
So he never lets his blood sugar drop.
Yeah, that might be part of why. Yeah.
Dude, that's actually kind of epic. I want to be a beer dad.
My dad, yeah, like I mean, and then on the weekends,
Chris is a claw dad.
he recently started just smoking regular backwoods cigars.
Yeah,
He does. He's like, he says he's like a cigar smoker.
Wait, real quick. None of you have any questions for Kim Duke?
That's fine.
I can.
Uncomfortable.
I know. I
It's
totally.
okay.
I'm
uncomfortable.
I can ask something. I know we got kind of sidetracked.
Go back to your Blackwoods.
Wait.
Oh, hey, whoa, they're backwoods, Chris.
Wow.
Wait, what did I say?
You said Blackwoods.
Are they not the black cigars?
Well, Black and Milds are
Black
maybe what
and
you're
Milds. Yeah.
Are those the ones that have the actual black paper on them?
Oh.
Do you know?
Oh yeah, BLK. That's what they are.
Yeah, BLKs.
Oh.
Yep.
Those rule.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Backwoods are like the ones that
MLKs?
are usually used for blunts.
No, I know.
Sorry.
That's so funny that you mouth that. She didn't think I knew who MLK was.
Who's MLK?
Martin Luther King. The
Martin
guy
Luther
from
King,
Milk.
Shout out. But yeah, he'll go like smoke backwoods. Sometimes on the weekends, I'll just like catch him outside. Be like,
Not
hey,
even
Dad.
with weed in it.
Nope, just like I don't think he inhales it. He like treats it like a nice cigar.
But
But like you can buy it at the gas station.
That's really funny.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
Is your dad on the Twitters too?
No, my whole family is like very like we grew up out in the
You're
country,
very sheltered. That's right.
outdoors. I'm not really.
Are they still out in the country?
Yep. Like 20 miles from any town. Yeah, just like very like hunting every year, fishing all the time, and it's just not necessarily my thing. But
Cool. So how many animals have you killed? Well, so this was a real hoot and a
Hooty.
pleasure to thank you for
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
so
do you
beautiful. I'm gonna cry.
Cliffy, do you have any dates, any shows coming up?
I wish I had a date. Can I talk about the penis?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Your penis?
At least, yeah. My penis is
Oh.
gonna be at Petrus Picks on the 19th of December.
That's a really important day.
It is.
You wanna
It's
know
your
why?
birthday.
It's my birthday. How'd you
Yeah,
know that?
Crystal.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I think Alex said I get to do a guest spot.
Yeah.
On that, so
He has told me that as well.
I'm doing that on the 19th. Then I have nothing really. I'm on Twitter daily.
Oh yeah, what's your Twitter?
Clay_PNG. It's the same as my Instagram. I have merch.
That's yours?
Available. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I do that every day. I tweet 11:11 feed pics at 11:11.
Oh my god.
What if you're in the
Twice
car
a
at that
day.
time?
I was gonna say that's two
Yeah,
times.
twice a day. I miss sometimes.
Okay.
It's rare though.
Yeah.
I love
Was
it.
that what really connected you? Like, I want to be his friend because he posted.
He wasn't
pics.
even doing it. Back
No,
then.
I started doing it recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where can we get?
Teespring.com. I don't know. I can send
How
you
many
a
followers do you
link
have on the Twitter space?
3,140 something, 60.
Okay.
I don't know. It keeps going up.
Dude, I'm definitely I'm gonna get in on this 11:11 feet pics thing.
Yeah, they're right now until the 21st of December. There, if you use the promo code feet11, you get 10% off.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
I freaking love
yeah,
that.
it's not a
That's
joke.
so funny.
Fuck yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, dude. Fucking hate and love Twitter. I'm there all the time.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I never used
It's
Twitter.
fun.
It's
actually
a terrible place.
Twitter's
Hell yeah.
great.
Kaven, do you have anything going on in your life?
I will be going to see my family sometime in the next couple weeks, so I'll be at my parents' house. No shows, no dates.
Book us. We're funny guys.
Hell yeah.
But like
Oh.
Clifton, I'm on Twitter every day, pretty much every day.
What are your
Twitter handle?
handles?
At Woke Lettuce God on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook, Kaven Rothstein.
Oh yeah, my Facebook is Clifton T Parks III.
And I don't know. Just that'll be probably the best way to keep in touch with me.
Yeah, we making our music and stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Music,
Mhm.
comedy.
Is Clifton's song still our intro?
Yeah.
That's our song.
Yeah.
Oh.
He did the
Oh.
production and stuff on it.
I like that.
I knew what you meant though.
Yeah.
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 It's fine. I'll be the fly on the wall. It's okay. Also, I guess if I can like shout out a person.
Yes, get in there.
Shout out Aaron Carter, LMG Love Money Gang.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Carter, like the old singer that's
Yeah.
losing his fucking mind right now.
I love Aaron Carter. I watch so many of his Instagram lives because that guy,
He's crazy.
he's out of his damn mind. I think he like might be on Duster again because he
was just in the hospital. He's so skinny.
yeah.
Also,
Is he
let
the
me
one
shout
who
out,
has
I
the
do
foot
not
fetish?
believe in dissociative identity disorder. So
Oh.
Aaron Carter, that is false.
Wow.
Yeah, like he
Hot takes.
he goes on Instagram Live and like all these people will come in and obviously it's a lot of hate because he's like going off the deep end, right? And so he's
Which
like
is sad.
he's blocking anyone that says anything mean about him. And he's like always like every 10 seconds he's pinning a new comment gassing him up. And then the most recent one I watched, he was showing his like tour dates and he just like turns the camera on his like laptop screen. It's showing like 4 dates. He's not even scrolling through them. And he holds it on there for like 5 minutes without saying a word. And then he like puts it back on himself. He's like, yeah, so tell people about the dates. I'll be on Facebook Live in a little bit. Love you all. Bye. And just ends it.
So sad.
He's so funny.
Dude, hell yeah.
going back from Lizzie McGuire candy to face tats and anorexia.
He also is definitely ashamed of that face tat. If you go through his Instagram feed, he is like he's only posting pics. Every now and then he'll post one that shows it like pretty clearly. Otherwise, he's got it like covered by like the sunlight, or he's only showing one side.
Is it true he wanted to get his whole face tattooed?
He wanted to get it in the center of his face.
Oh, that's right.
And the tattoo artist was like, I don't know about that one, man.
That's kind of crazy.
But it's like a tattoo of Rihanna, which is like also crazy.
Oh.
Aaron, come back to us.
Have you guys ever watched House of Carters?
Yeah.
I did.
The show?
Yeah. They're all nuts.
They're all the episodes are on YouTube, and that has to be the funniest show I think I've ever seen in my entire life, because it's like so poorly scripted and no one can act.
Yeah.
There's a scene
with the dog.
Dude, one of the sisters has this boyfriend, and they're having problems, and she's like trying to figure out how she can like break up with him, and she's talking to her friends when they're out, and she's like, yeah, I don't know what to say, and they're just like giving her like good advice, like, hey, be respectful, whatever. And so they cut scene where it's her and her boyfriend at like the Carter's house, and she's just like fucking yelling at him and just like being super rude, and it's so funny. It's like, you didn't hear anything your friend said. And so then the boyfriend starts like freaking out, and he's like, I don't fucking need you, I'm the best, like I'm fucking number one, all this stuff. And then they get outside, and he's like, yeah, you don't need me, BJ. That's the sister's name. He's like, I'm gone, BJ, I'm out, see you later, bitch, or something like that. And then she's all sad, and she's like, why did he like get so angry at me? And she goes to like her patio, and they have a little dog, and she like sits down, and there's like they cue in this really sad like dramatic music, and there's the little dog next to her, and she's like, come here little dog, and she reaches out to pet it, and the dog like snarls at her and like backs away.
That's funny.
And it's like, I was in tears. I was like, this show is not real. Like, how did
House of Carter's rules?
Oh yeah, it's great.
I wasn't about it until that dog snarls thing, but now I think I'm gonna have to check it out.
They're all on YouTube from like some unofficial account. Definitely recommend watching them.
Hell yeah, Kim Duke.
I'll be featured on Petra's Picks because it's my birthday.
Ooh,
We're gonna have
First
to get
time I do stand up.
a cake for you.
So
It's gonna be
just
sick as
kidding,
hell.
I'm not gonna do it. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll drink a little bit and go and do my 5 minutes I have in my head.
Well, you can't do 5, but they'll let you do.
I'll just introduce everybody because it's my birthday. No, it's Petra's thing though. I can't do that.
You can't.
You can God mic it and
just introduce yourself. And be like, it's my
Introduce-
birthday.
Oh, you know what? I'll introduce Petra because
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
my birthday. But I know he's the host.
It would be funny if you pretended to be drunk and you came and knocked somebody over, like
Oh, on stage, like
their
queued
set
up.
is ending anyways, and so it's planned, and you knock them over.
Yeah.
And then
It'll be funny. We're gonna plan this. Who else is? Can you tell who else is gonna be on it or no? After
I just
off
keep
the mic?
forgetting.
Okay. All right. Nope. I have nothing coming up. I'm gonna be turning 21 again for the 12th time,
Nice.
and I'm just gonna work and not get in car accidents during the snow because
Hey, that sounds great.
tis the season.
December.
Wait, Chris, do you have anything coming up?
Oh, sorry. All right, go ahead.
Chris.
What?
Oh, my handles are. You don't really want to know 'em.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you got coming up?
Well, on December 13th, I'm doing a show at Sisyphus Brewing.
Ooh,
You give me a face like you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Ali
that.
Sultan's show.
money
Ooh,
shot.
that'll be fun.
Yeah. There's
Can
a
I work
bunch
that day?
of people that are going to be on that show. That's going to be a friggin' hoot. Sisyphus Brewing in Schminny-Schmapolis. Right by the garden.
With the big blue chicken.
Oh, that big old blue chicken.
Don't say
Hold on. December 19th, Petra's Picks, Alex Petra curates and hosts a show where he handpicks comics and then makes them perform for his sick pleasure
I don't work that day.
on the stage. Every Tuesday, we do an open mic at the Nordic Brewing. Oh, did I say that Petra's Picks is at Nordic Brewing?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think
I
you
don't
did.
think I
It
did.
is.
Like an
Yeah,
idiot.
it is at North.
7 p.m. Nordic,
They have a
$5.
delicious hard seltzer now. Oh my gosh.
They finally got it.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Might have to try it.
The
Better
pizza
rules.
has improved as well.
Oh,
By
they
like a lot.
have pizza there now?
The pizza place by there.
It's a
Oh, that pizza place.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that...
Oh.
there's a pizza provider who brings pizza.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
cool.
and it's better.
And this, the seltzer's super good.
Yeah, and okay, now every Tuesday, open mic, Nordic Brewing Co. That starts at 7:30. Come sign up. It's a real
Anyone
hoot.
else's headphones hurting their ears?
No, mine are
No,
just
you have.
steady.
I have a hat in between mine though. I don't really feel anything.
you got dumb ears.
Yeah, your face is dumb. Finish.
Oh, yo, you just got served.
Smoked.
That's actually what she says when we're banging. She'll be like, "You have a dumb face. Finish."
Finish him.
Got him.
And please get on. We are on YouTube, Duck Duck Grey Duke. We are on Apple Podcasts,
Hell yeah.
Spotify,
I subscribed, by the way.
and Podbean. Hell yeah!
And your
flick
mom.
your Podbean.
Dabine.
Oh, flick the subscribe on Podbean.
Oh, there you go.
Is that how you do it?
Is that not how you do it?
Is that how you flick the bean?
I'm Duck Duck Grey Duke Spotify gang. Hit the subscribe/follow.
Yeah.
How do you do
and-
the Duck Duck Grey
You don't
Duke
have a
thing?
Duck Duck Grey Duke Twitter yet?
No, we
Ooh.
do. Yeah, I actually forgot about it. But yes, I just made one.
Oh, did you? You followed me on it, I think.
Yeah, I followed
you back.
Oh, it's just comedians.
That's fair.
But yeah, Duck Duck Grey Duke on Twitter, Duck Duck Grey Duke YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean. Get out there, follow us. So for YouTube, we have to hit 4,000 hours of watched videos to be able to be monetized,
Oh.
and 1,000 subscribers.
Okay.
So we got a long fucking way to go. We're at 36 right now for
Woo!
subscribers
Hell
and
yeah.
like 100-something hours.
Hey.
Nice.
You know what?
So
It's better than zero.
get going.
I'm
Just
also
if you're at
looking for a
work and you have a
girlfriend.
computer, just play.
No
hit-
one can play what we talk.
No,
It's NS.
no. Wait, stop.
NSFW.
Wait until I finish, because you're gonna. Okay, so here's what you can do. You can go open up a tab, hit the play all button, and hit mute on YouTube,
And then just
and that we get those hours.
That's how you do streaming too. That's how Stan Twitter
Just hit the
streams.
repeat on a BTS song and fucking.
and then turn the volume off. I did that for Lizzo while I was at her concert.
Hell yeah.
I will never do that because why would I give a rich person more money?
Yeah.
Because we love them.
And you know what? They should just be donating all their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last thing that we do on this show, our tens of listeners, as I said before, are called ducklings.
Okay.
So Kim Duke, if you want to murder that dog real quick,
No.
if you would like to start us off.
Or why little ducklings quack quack?
So then you say,
Au
Or why?
revoir, little ducklings. Quack quack.
There you go.
au revoir, little ducklings, quack quack.
Au revoir, little ducklings. Quack, quack.
See how Kaven and I just fucking killed it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
And
say
I've
it.
never even done it before.
I can't
you
even
stupid
speak.
idiot.
I can't speak.
You
French.
dumb, stupid moron.
All right.
You stupid dumb.
I guess you're walking
Wait,
home.
because I gotta say that
fine.
one. There's one more thing I
Oh,
say at
oh.
the end of every episode. I say good job.
No.
And
Oh,
then
thank you. And then I turn it.
Stop. You hit the stop button.
Stop.